Out. Crack that open. Boom! You cracked it open.
I can't believe nobody did a countdown for us.
Oh shit! Hold on. Hold on.
Here's a trailer to our new
What?
SD line. We might as well watch it.
What? I forgot to remove that from the Q&A. I gotta remove that.
Look at that flamey logo.
Delete that.
Burn.
So remove that. Hopefully I didn't blow me. What is going on, guys? How you guys doing? Good morning, America. Good afternoon, EU. Good evening, Asia. And a very good evening to Australia. Today is Friday Q&A with Chocks A number 61. And it is the 9th of March 2018, Chocks. That is over 1 year of Friday Q&As.
Over 1 year. Because 1 year is a while ago, isn't it?
I know. I'm just so it's still over 1 year.
61, episode 61 with 61 viewers.
Absolutely. How you guys? Oh, that was. Sorry about that, Thomas.
What? Oh, because it started off really loud.
Yeah, probably because of the old of the video.
Just threw in a bit of SD there.
Yeah, threw in a bit of SD. That's not until next weekend, though, is it, Chocks? You should actually make an opening sequence for these streams.
Yeah, can do.
What should we do on them?
You know, like stream everyone's profile pic or something like that. Boom.
Well, you speak to Jeffrey. This or that.
Forget what I just said.
Forget about it. Yeah. I think that's that was like no intro. Hey, Alex Walker, how's it going, mate? I know it's been a while. Thanks for joining. A lot to talk about this week. What's happening, Mona? Mona, I haven't been dressing formally for a while because what I always do is I'm rocking the. Things have changed since you've been last here, Mona. You see, that's what's up. I was saving that for a little later on. I just wanted to give you a bit of a preview. Hey, Cindy, how's it going? It's nice, yeah, Hussein. I'm gonna be getting these hoodies sorted out eventually. I'm gonna get that sorted out. It's on my to-do list. How are you guys doing? What time is it where you are? What should you be doing instead of hanging out with us? What is everyone up to today? How's the weather?
Yeah. How's the week been for you guys?
How's the week been for you guys?
What have we been doing this week? You guys been rallying the fans this week? Or just chilling?
Have you had a good week, etc., etc.?
Still hyping over Castlevania?
Oh, that's a good one. Should we have a theme tune? An F4F theme tune?
A jingle.
What is up, Brendan Rustello? How's it going, mate? How you doing?
Wow, Mr. Kevin booked mine at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Oh.
What's the story behind the Mario chess set by F4F? Hit me up in the Q&A.
A what? A chess set?
Yeah, make sure you put it in the Q&A.
Who's asking that?
That's right, Mona. The longer you stay away, the more I'll start taking them all off. Hey, DC, how's it going? Brendan says you should be sleeping. Oh, he's getting Eggman. Eggman's big, yo. Arwing's small in comparison to Eggman. You'll be surprised about how big Eggman is. So, there are certain statues out there that I think should have gotten more love. And Eggman is up there. Simon Belmont probably takes the crown for that. But Eggman is also another example of criminally underrated. I really, really like that piece. I think it was executed quite flawlessly, if I do say so myself. But unfortunately, it did not seem to get the... I don't know. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was expensive for the time.
Different times, maybe. Different feelings.
I'm not sure. I don't know. But it is big. It's a big piece. Hey, Lydia. How's it going?
House cleaning.
House cleaning.
Just making some muffins.
Nice one, Mona. Yeah, nice one, Kevin. You know, right? That's absolutely right. He's holding those emeralds. That was actually going to be the exclusive version, but that was an experiment. A really failed experiment that didn't go down very well, and that was the there was a time when we were doing There was a time when we were basically just concentrating on manufacturing because our wholesaler would buy everything exclusive, would buy everything, and that would mean that we would just concentrate on making the product because we didn't have to worry about selling. We would send it all at wholesale to our. This is sort of before the financial crisis, and then after the financial crisis, things started getting, understandably worse and worse and worse until the numbers became worse. And as an inverse, our exclusive numbers started going up and up and up. And they then came to the point when we're like, why are your numbers going down? They go, well, because the retailers are fighting against your exclusive. And as a result, it means that, as a result, it means that we are fighting, the retailers are fighting against the exclusive version. So that's why the numbers are going down. So we tried twice.
Down, down, down.
Down, down, down. We did it twice to test that theory that if we actually remove the exclusive and make it only one version, i.e. the retailers are not fighting against us. No fighting. Then we should see what should be a higher order, right? That's the whole point, because you're not fighting against us anymore, right? So we tried it twice. Was it twice? I believe it was twice. And the first one was Mega Man X, and the second one was Eggman. That fucking experiment didn't work. And we said, fuck that shit, or make the exclusive the same price now, forget that shit. That's basically what happened. So the exclusive version was supposed to come with the gems, or with the emeralds, and the regular version was going to come with just the hands. And of course the hands were going to be interchangeable, and at the end we just made the exclusive version the regular version, only one version. So that is the reason why, and that's a bit of history behind that. Some history behind that. Hey, Nana, say it wasn't even about the exclusives. We always used to give the exclusives to them as well. It was just the regular numbers used to go down as well. Hey Timothy, is it streaming for you? Is it jerky for you? Seems to be okay for me. Jerky. Chisholm in the house.
Chisholm. Chris Hart.
Nice one, Chris. I appreciate that. Thanks for getting him. You've already got the Spyro. You got the Crash PVC. Any plans for the Spyro PVC? We asked Nintendo, Activision, sort of. It was like 5 months ago, and basically we were said that we couldn't do it. And then we were said to for that time, we said to check. They said to check it. They said for now, and I've sort of checked back every sort of 3 months, but nothing when I asked a couple of months ago. So
denied.
Yes, there's been quite a lot of denying recently. A lot of denying. If it's freezing, stop that. Let me just see if I can just turn off any. Let me see if there is anything that I am running that might be taking up space.
Hi, Larissa.
Larissa Walker, yeah. How's it going, girl? Let's close that down. Just lock that down.
What? There's a delay of about 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal.
That's normal.
That's normal.
It's okay.
It's okay. 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 Petulia. Wesley Clark. How's it going? How's it going? Ricky Gradik. Alright. Let us do it. Welcome. Let us do the notices.
Alright.
Alright. Let's
start off this week. Alright, guys. So, as you guys know, it's been a busy week since Friday up until Tuesday, obviously because of the Castlevania a la carte launch. Much appreciate for all the support every single day, hyping that up. I've seen the buzz outside the club and in the club. Thanks for doing that on a daily basis. So the pre-orders are still going on.
Much appreciated, guys.
It's going to carry on until next Friday, which will be the 16th of March. And then it's going to be on pause for 2 weeks. And then a la carte will have a last chance weekend. And that is for every single version that we have on the website. So the regular, the exclusive, the combo, and obviously the Twilight version. So nothing's going to be stopped tonight. So if you're on the fence, you can always carry on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, up until next Friday. You know, every single day.
Can I just say I quite like I like the whole start of Friday Q&A being the start of a reservation weekend, the start of a you know, the close of a pre-order period, the start of a last chance weekend. I think it's quite good to have the consolidation of all that stuff in stream. So I think that was a good move. What do you think, Chocks, in hindsight?
Well, whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, but it's a good use of the time rather than
Sure?
showing it on a Friday.
I think there's going to be a Good Friday coming up soon.
Yeah.
Public holiday.
Yeah. I'm not going to be here, I don't think.
Are you not going to be here?
Well, as I said,
The
Kanaka
stream.
was like, take my ass out.
Are you sure? The
Yeah.
30th?
Yeah, I know.
Really? I thought you were going to like spend time with them next Friday.
Why the fuck would it be next Friday? There's no holiday then.
Oh, you mean the 30th?
That's when there's a holiday. As in, like, you know, this is originally the plan was to do and then right?
Right.
Yeah, but because, you know, thanks Charles, yeah, that we're now
Thanks, China.
we're now doing it here, right?
Yeah,
and then there,
here,
meaning that this one I might, depending on, I might do this and then leave here and then go there, or we'll have to see. So we'll have to see what the kids are at.
Because it's public holiday until Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah. So it's good to see what the kids are at. So I might go on the Saturday and then come back on the Wednesday, or whatever, because it's not an important week.
Yeah.
So I don't know is the answer, but yeah. More secrets.
We're not typing it out, not yet. So that's a la carte. Artorias SD. Last chance weekend. Remember that, guys. 16th of March to 19th of March.
Yep.
I've updated the Facebook post anyway, so just check out the cover if you can't remember what day it is. So, but I'm going to remind everyone during
talking about their breakfast again.
Yeah. So that's it. And payments, basically, some final payments for some items. But this is not going to be applicable to everyone, because apparently Phil has made a post and Phil has made a post on Facebook, and Brenda's already sent out some emails, but that's only applying to Asia, Australia regions. So the final payments are going to be taken on the 15th of March for the Majora's Mask, Silver the Hedgehog, Katamari Prince and Dip, and the Sonic the Hedgehog Boom 8 series from G&F Toys. So that's just for Asia and Australia. So all you have to do is just do a quick search Phil Ty in the club, and that will list out all the payment and shipping options that's available. So apart from that, nothing much else really.
No chance 3 p.m.
Maybe a couple of emails sent out with regards to delayed payments. So again, the factories are still kind of just starting to get back this week. So it's still going to take some time for everything to pick up speed. So hopefully mid-March to end of March.
There's one more. Well, there's one more delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more. Delay.
Payment delay. Yeah.
No. I was gonna say it doesn't matter what you.
Bomb fluff.
As I was saying, there's another. First of the delays.
Yeah.
We're known all about delays. It's not a payment delay though.
No payment delay.
No,
this time,
it doesn't matter if you wear your hat like that, Chocks, or if you put the hood over your head. We still know that you still haven't cut your hair. There's been a delay in the haircut.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, guys, maybe next week, but if not, there might be another delay.
Yeah. So until I cut my hair, you're gonna get delayed.
So guys, it is the that is a week in review. And I'm gonna kick that off. Can we just ask? There was a lot of new people. We're gonna start off by talking about 40,000 members in the club, Chocks.
Yeah.
What an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
We ended the year on 35. Was that right? What did we end the year on? 35? Is that?
I'm just looking. All I'm looking at is 50k.
35k was obviously rare.
Mm-hmm.
That was announced when? December? Was it? Let me see.
Yeah, when?
If I look at the blog posts, it's when Miguel started working with us, yeah?
I'm assuming November then.
So what did we end the year on? 36, 37? If I type in
Yeah. 35k was Banjo in November.
it's November, yeah?
Some
So it's
were
about
saying
37,
December.
something like that.
Yeah. 35k.
Halfway to 41.
Yeah. So it's 40 and a half.
Oh, no. He's saying it's 40, halfway to 41 now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the pace.
Yeah.
When we ended 2016, it was 15k, and that was the reveal on the Xmas sneak of the announcement of Berserk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the end of 2017, it was around about 35, 36, 37. Must have been.
Thereabouts.
So, yeah. If you try and take that sort of pace of 15 a year, 15 to 20 a year, we want to be aiming for sort of 57, 60 by the end of the year. We're on target, I think.
What? By the end of the year?
Yeah.
Nah. You can't just double up like that.
We're not doubling. It's not doubling. It's adding 15 to 20. So it's not doubling.
Well, it might not be 15 to 20 on the third year. Could be more. Because they don't know what's going to happen on 50k. They don't know what's going to happen at 75k.
But they certainly know what's going to happen at 100k.
Yeah, they certainly know what's gonna happen at 100k. And they'd be like, boom, that number just like tripled.
Yeah, okay, cool. So let us talk about the week in review. Where are we at? 40k.
Yeah.
Are we doing Snake Edition size already?
I don't know. Put that further down then.
Let's do it further down.
Yeah.
Can I ask, with the 40k, is there anybody on the stream that is popping their first Friday Q&A with Chocks A cherry? We like to pop a cherry a week if we can do.
Mr. Shumate says the more people, the faster it grows.
That's absolutely.
Mr. Lobo.
But it must hit critical mass sometime, right?
Well, you never know.
Good afternoon, Nate.
You never know.
Derek Baker. Nice one, Colin. Whereabouts from the UK are you from?
Where from the United
Yup,
Kingdom?
I am new. both Michael and I and 3PM are both like, yes, I knew one. Oh yeah, Patrick as well.
Patrick still
Martin,
beating
that might be your first Q&A. I haven't seen that name before. Martin Conyali, how's it going, mate? Thanks for joining us. Billy, you've been on. That's not your first live stream. Don't pretend.
Nah, not Mr. Windish.
Finished last year. Oh, okay. That's specific.
Is that right?
Brendan, 36,379. So, man, what's that then? Another 3k, another 4k, because we are on 40.5. 4k in 3 months. Not even 3 months. 2 months. 4k in 2 months. That means we're on target for 24 this year. Not quite.
See you later.
Yeah, well, so 20k should be. Should we push for 20k?
What?
Push for 20 extra.
I'm pushing. Let's push for stuff to go out first.
Yeah.
Worry about the numbers later.
Yeah. How about that? So, hey JC, how's it going? Thanks for joining.
Jessica. Oxfordshire.
3 new members a day. How many members do we need to get a day to hit 20,000 in a year?
We'll just divide that by. Yeah.
55 a day. 55 a day.
So like 350 a week, yeah, on average. Well, we've got some big stuff coming up.
Yeah, we do. We certainly do. And we're becoming better at marketing as well. Just contrary to what Anime Guy thinks.
And we still
Anime Guys think.
anime guys.
Anime Guys think.
Yeah, we still gotta attract those
Perfect
guys.
timing. It's Nick. He was the one who was dissing our anime efforts of trying to market it. But we're getting better at marketing, slowly but surely. We're improving on that, I believe. Hey, Nick, perfect timing. Get out TFM. It's been a while for any Zelda stuff. That's a good point. That'll bring all the boys and girls to the yard, no doubt. Oh, nice one, Martin. I appreciate that. Voting for Yakuza. Romy Tempest, how's it going?
Yakuza.
Over in New Jersey. How's it going on that side?
It's going to be an interesting year for Yakuza.
Do you miss Blighty, Romy? Do you miss it? Alright. Chocks. Validation. God, was that this week?
What was this week? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was only a couple of days ago.
Go on then. What happened?
So validation. Day
It went
one.
super
again.
smooth.
Very smooth.
Super smooth.
Super smooth. I think everyone was.
Now, I know, Nick, I'm just kidding with you, but no, it's always been something that's been interesting for us about why is it our... I don't believe we do much different.
Why what?
You know, our marketing for anime.
Could always be improved.
No, I think we've developed new marketing methods. Yeah. And since our time with... So if you look at the last anime we did, it was Mugen, right? And I've learned some new stuff since then.
Yeah, we learn new stuff every single launch.
Right.
Because there's been a lot of transition and a lot of trial and error, you know, like tweaking. You know, we keep on tweaking every single time.
Yeah,
so
for example...
for example, One Punch Man, right? The first one, obviously, we were very raw. You know, we had to get some stuff out. Obviously, we had to deal with some, you know, with different things first time for ourselves. So that went out, and obviously we learned from that.
So one of the things that we've learned since doing Mugen, and that is the whole idea of first spamming. Now, have you guys seen, if you've ever come to the website, then go on to somewhere on, I'm not talking about Facebook here, I'm talking about just general browsing the web, to be spammed by any sort of general, it would have been whatever pre-order that we've got up for those 2 weeks. Have you ever been spammed by that? Let me know in the comments. Then also let me know if any, and without saying any names, any rival companies that are obviously making the same sort of stuff, are you also being targeted in a similar fashion on the web? Let us know in the comments, because before Mugen, after Mugen, I learned how to do that. And I didn't know how to do that before.
Right.
So that's a different thing. And I think that makes a difference. I mean, it makes a difference.
Mark Andre, listen to a lot of music with Alucard this week.
Well, yeah, I saw his
the post.
Yeah, absolutely. That was interesting to see. Hey, Alex. Hey, Carol. How's it going? How's Mike?
Hey, Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie. It's been a bit of a took your sweet time. The haste was in the house. Where is Michelle Rodriguez, who won this time? Almost every Google ad space available. Yeah, I get them from 2 companies. Okay, see them all on the web, but I only see rivals through the Facebook ads. Okay, well, that's interesting. That means they're not using Google or sort of the web to retarget.
Probably will tonight, though.
We haven't yet, Alex. Haven't talked about both of those. I don't see us when I go to other websites. I see a lot of FF everywhere. So yeah, you know, going back to Nick and going back to that, those are some things that we've learned since, and we still have some other methods that we're going to plan to do.
Yeah.
And like I already bought it. I have so much money. Sorry, 3 p.m. Yeah, so I think we're getting better at the ability to market, and we will continue to improve. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we do Guts. That will bring in hopefully more general anime fans. Obviously, although Berserk is quite hardcore, but maybe that also leads to liking other anime shows. And hopefully that will be in good stead for when we do the rest of the lineup. The next ones after that will be obviously Cowboy Bebop. And hopefully that again brings in more, and then it starts becoming, the word starts spreading as well. It's not just advertising that we pay for, but it's also word of mouth as well. So yeah, that's interesting. All right, Chocks, do you want to keep going on?
Right. I think because of it's mainly been Alucard week. There's been quite a lot of posts with Alucard in mind, or Castlevania in general, and just going through some of the posts you've made was like you posted up an old render of Alucard,
Oh yeah.
How many years ago was that?
Yeah, 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
So it's like.
So I was loving the black bases back then, mate. I was loving the black bases back then, Nana. So you love it. You love it. I love it. I loved it 5 years ago as well. So, you know, in terms of fun days, a lot of people questioning whether or not it was any use. Do you find like your fun day posts are worthless or worth, you know, or of worth? There's a couple of school of thoughts on that, Chocks. Keeping my finger on the pulse. The first are, yes, it actually has a positive impact on certain TTs. They can gather quite a lot of extra votes than normally, but maybe because it's all concentrated in one day, it might seem like it has more of an effect. You also get people where so much happens that you don't really get anything to rise to the top, although some do rise to the top, and one of the ones that we're going to be looking into for TT-wise was Golden Sun. I mean, that's something I saw quite a lot of talking and that sort of stuff. And then, of course, it's about whether or not, you know, as in, what's the point? Well, you know, what is the point? Well, it's an outlet.
What is life? 101.
It's also an outlet for our community to rally what they want to. But is it all about rallying and therefore realistically getting it into a product via a TT? It's like the potpourri of a melting pot. The answer is, you know, it's not that easy to do that. Is the first thing. Of course, there are already tons and tons of things that have got our attention already. Right, went through the official TTs. But it's a little bit of fun if you treat it like a bit. 101 Chocks, that's 3 lucky winners. All right.
Nice.
If it's you know, if you treat it as a bit of fun, just to see, you know, almost like a bit of memory lane. To be honest with you, Chocks, you know, I've gone through those posts and I've gone, you know what? I remember that from ages ago. I'm still waiting for more people to post all about Dizzy.
Has anyone actually posted that?
Nope. That's what I'm waiting for. But as an example, right? And sometimes you'll see people go that you didn't think would like a certain taste, and and that's what it's all about. If you're thinking it's all about rallying because you think it's really going to get a statue in the next 2 minutes, the answer is you're going to be very disappointed. It's going to take tons of repetition and all that sort of stuff. And some people aren't interested in it and they can avoid Sundays, and that's why it's all concentrated in the day, and others enjoy it and treat it for as it is, and those that are but there's that. So one of the things that I did suggest, and I ran a poll, was I could see it was pretty sad that when we were launching Alucard and you had new people joining it, I think it was exacerbated by Alucard's launch, it was sort of highlighted. So many people joined, and then new members first post is, oh, how about this succubus? And we're like, denied. Come back on fun day. They're like, the fuck is a fun day? Like, you know, and in fact, someone, I think it was Braden, who was like, you should be like telling these guys what is a fun day. Right. And I appreciate all of that. And hey, nobody got time for that. That's why we're going to get a public service announcement. You can just sort of link it to that, right? So, as a way to make the club a bit more friendly for new people that come specifically around the launch, we basically I asked the guys, would you like to see? You can sort of talk about the franchise as a whole. And a lot of people before were like, oh, in the comments, oh, he's going to be really, really spamming for 2 weeks. Oh, I'm going to avoid the club for 2 weeks. And I wanted to show this week, and maybe this is the reason why I've been a little bit more active this week, is it's not just about, oh, God, I don't like Castlevania. Why the hell should I be in this club? That's not what it's about. It's about those that want to talk about it can talk about it without worried about getting taken out. I asked people to not double up on posts, and in fact, I haven't seen that many posts about Castlevania, to be honest with you, because maybe the hype is sort of going down, which is fair enough, you know, which makes sense. And usually, there's a lot of hype around the first couple of days, but it's not like it's constant 2 weeks of spamming,
well,
spamming.
This is the first time. This is just Castlevania. Right?
Sure.
Let's assume, I don't know. We don't know, right? Let's assume the next one is Guts, right? So I'm assuming there's going to be tons of people posting specifically on Guts, which is fine. It's like a celebration for those 2 weeks, right? So everyone gets their chance every time when we do a launch.
Right, but the difference is, it doesn't mean that the usual programming is... it doesn't mean that the usual program is stopped. You know, we're still going to be...
Yeah, we're still doing the regular stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you look at when we do the weekend review, you'll see all the things that we have been working on, or that I've been posting. You can see there's a lot of varied content as usual. So I wouldn't be worried about that. Hey Nathan pointing, how's it going? Oh, Samantha can't figure out the tee. Yeah, you know, I agree with you, Brendan. A lot of people worried it was going to be spam, 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 but actually it's not. It's been nice. We'll have to see as we keep going. All these things are subject to change. All these things are subject to how it actually goes from theory to practical, sort of the practicalities of things. So we'll have to sort of see how it goes. No, Nick, I didn't say Guts is going to be the next one. Guts is going to be in April. So welcome back, Alex. That was exactly half an hour. You literally said you're going to be away for half an hour, and you're literally back half an hour later. That is pretty good punctuality, I must say. So let's talk a little bit about Alucard, the cape, the Twilight cape. It's been the Twilight cloak. It's been on everyone's minds. Will it be all red or will it have a white collar? And the answer to that was, I have asked Konami. If Konami come back and say categorically white collar, categorically red collar, we will go with that. If they say I have no idea, because those that were working on it before aren't around to ask anymore, bearing in mind this is what, 20 years old now, isn't it? Then the answer to that is harder. And it's going to be more like, we give you a choice of what you want. And that's there's going to be some ground rules based on that as well. What will happen with there is most likely we'll run a poll of which one. And the one that wins, this is all very theoretical, guys. Remember, at the end of the day, Konami needs to help us make that decision. And if we did, to say, and to be clear, guys, if we did run we would run a poll of the Twilight Edition. And we'll say red or white. And the winning one will have all the boxes and all that sort of stuff, and the day one cards and all that sort of stuff will be that color. I'm not making some day one cards that are red white and some that are red red. So we will go with that, although the actual color choice when you display it will be as per your preference, depending on what happens. This is all I can sort of say for now, just to let you know about that. I have my meeting every day, so I know my timing. What is up, Sam? How's it going? How's it over in New York right now? Thomas Navarro, good question. The answer was nope. I asked and could not get it done. So yeah, that's that is that. We also posted the art print done by Gus. He's done a massive, an amazing job. Gustavo's done a great job on that. I showed the Twilight cloak on that. Now going to be submitting the white version. He gave me that the other day. I need to then submit that. The old render of Alucard, you know, that is what it was. That's such a change.
Chris Hildebrand says, what would happen to Alucard's art print if the color changes? The collar changes. The color changes.
Yeah. So for the cloak, for the Twilight cloak one, as I said, when we run that poll, whoever...
I think before we even run that poll, let's see what Konami comes up with.
With the assumption that Konami says they don't have an idea, otherwise we're not having this conversation. It will be which one wins, and therefore that one will be the one that has all the materials, packaging, artwork, day one cards, all that sort of stuff will all be as per that one. Okay, just to let you guys know. You know what, Alex? Sometimes you go down thinking, oh, life's hunky-dory, walking down, and smack! Cloak color, baby! Is the color gonna be white or red? I had no idea that was gonna be the thing that was focused in on, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Dracula. Let's talk a bit about Dracula. I have, Chocks, you and I have been very happy with how Alucard's been doing. We've got a lot more interest in, renewed interest, I should say, in Castlevania. It's you sort of see that in our demeanor or what it may be. I don't know if it's because the time has passed or what the reason is, but when we got hit with those Simon sales, you're like, and basically we kind of went, oh, okay, and then okay, we'll put up Alucard, right? Now that we've seen how well Alucard has done, all of a sudden we're like, right. Let's go rework that Dracula head. Let's go working, revisiting death, going back into that, all that sort of stuff, right? So we've got that passion, that fire in us again, and that's great. So it was also a little bit like that with Sonic as well, wasn't it? It's like, oh, Silver, and I was like, and then 25th anniversary.
I don't know. It's like a lot of things change. Like a lot of things change since the club came around. You know, I don't know what happened before. You know, there's a behind you know, offline. Let's call it offline when F4F was mainly offline. So, and because you were more involved with the wholesales and that kind of side of business, so you know, it's a whole different how to put it, sales strategy.
Right.
Yeah. So, hey, you know, if things go well like this, who knows? We just, because every time we think we've got a decent milestone, there's always something new, right? There's always something new every day. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, like some of the stuff that's been on the back burner for a while. If we brought those forward, it might do well compared to how it was in the past.
Let's go Ace Attorney. Let's go Nana Say. Where are we at for the... Alright, so Castlevania, we also talked a little about the life-size props.
Well, with Dracula, you made a post, you posted
so,
Dracula,
as I said, you know, again, renewed interest
it's
in
great,
that, so.
it's great that people are posting that outside the club as well, couple of Castlevania, yeah, a couple of Castlevania clubs out there. I'll give a shout out later on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, been topics about that, you know, a lot of feedback, good and bad, you know, like, it's, you know, because obviously the render was quite a while back, so, you know, it's legit. Some of the comments are quite good, and we'll look into that. We'll work with Chris and make some changes if needed, and obviously we'll get some feedback from Konami and obviously
For the Dracula head?
Yeah.
Oh, been working on the changes already.
Well, that's good. I mean, but I'm just letting these guys know. I mean, they've been posting a lot of comments.
Oh yeah.
Feedback.
Oh yeah.
I just want to give So just give you guys that. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
We read your comments. I jumped in there and saying, yeah, that makes a good choice. I mean, some of you guys actually went out there and did some renders yourself, tweaked some of the eyebrows, the nose, the chin, etc. So yeah, it's good feedback, good community actually. The Castlevania guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey Alex, the it keeps working.
What?
No, I just got some. No, I don't know what this cream is. It's got like these cracking fingers, and it helps with that.
It's cracking again now.
Yeah, well, it just every now and then. It's when the weather. It's become cold again.
His fingers crack when he's actually working. So he hasn't been cracking for a while. It's like, what the hell are you putting that stuff on again? So that means he's working hard now. So there you go, guys. So if you know any Castlevania fans, or any groups, forums, posts, make sure you tell them to join our club, because we're trying to get that momentum going. So the more fans in the club, the more we could go deeper in that Castlevania line, because you guys know that there's going to be a new anime this coming year. We're looking forward to that, so it'd be great if we could...
Series 2, baby.
Yeah. Get that kind of like ongoing at the same time. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah. So we did some Castlevania props. I don't believe I've seen much traction with that. So, you know, RTF, that's something that people want to see. We'll see. And
that's what I'm saying. We need some more like-minded Castlevania fans.
Right.
Check out that poll.
And what the other poll was, who else?
Who else?
Anything in Castlevania.
The entire line, the series, basically.
And what was number... It looked like Richter was when I last looked at it.
Last time I looked at it was Richter.
But it's been a while since there's been any updates on that, meaning that maybe it's... Has it hit critical mass? Has it already hit that? Let's see.
Is that the one?
Yeah. It's kind of only 251 people for Richter.
We don't have enough Castlevania fans. That's all.
Yeah. We need to see that go up to 500. So
we'll see it. Maybe Dracula. You know, once we start getting the momentum, yeah, I can see that number going up.
Yeah. As with all these things, they stay open forever. So, you know, we can... And we're busy as hell anyways. We've got Dracula to come up. We've got Death to come, right? So it's the one after that. So there's still lots of time for that to get bigger and bigger.
Because you did make another post asking, hey, how often you want the Castlevania stuff to come out?
Yeah.
4 months, 6 months, 8 months, 1 a year?
Based on this, though, I would probably go longer because I want more people to come and join us.
Yeah.
What's up, JB? Thanks for joining. Can you have your volume up a little bit? Hold on.
What? Have you turned your volume up?
Is that better, Victor?
Victor.
Victor, is it better? Okay, where are we at?
Da-da-da.
Majora's Mask.
Yep.
And Spyro. So we're back at it again. Basically, things are beginning to roll again, very slowly but surely. The factories are sort of coming back, kicking and screaming. Be much more back at it again in the middle of next month. Middle of this month, I should say. So in a week's time. But we're sort of getting back into the groove. We've got the painting, working on the test on that, Chocks. So what we use is a type of just a regular packing tape and just sort of check to see whether or not it pulls off. Now you can have some residue on there, but it's actually pull off and leave the undercoating. The answer is that's what we're checking for. Ah, is it better? Okay. So yeah, that's basically what we've been doing. The
Packaging?
Yeah, packaging. So you can see just a little bit of an idea of how we're packing it with a couple of the foam inserts for that. And likewise, did he actually finish it? Jeffrey's been working on that video. No?
No, he's rendering it now.
Oh, so he's finished it?
Well, should yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if he's rendering that, then Miguel's on the plane to somewhere, and then when he gets back, he can write that. So maybe sometime over the weekend.
Let's hope so.
If not Monday.
Well, it has to be Monday, innit? Because I need to upload that stuff.
You're not done already?
No, it's rendering it.
It won't take that long. It's only 1080.
I don't know. 4K, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's 1080.
Sure it's not 4K?
No, it ain't 4K yet.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yo, Jeremy. Nintendo Direct? Yes. It's done already? Oh, might as well just upload it then. So hopefully, guys, you might get the production video this weekend. The Majora's Mask. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's done already.
I need to check it first.
Yes, listen to it first. Yeah. Alex says everyone's getting hyped with the Solera amiibo. Like, bitches, please, have you seen the F4F statue?
What?
Yeah. Okay, and I wrote a post in many different languages, maybe 10 different languages, asking if we offered in your language, would we get more sales in your territory? And a lot of people were saying yes, no, yes. It depends on which country. Places such as the Netherlands are like, dude, we like speak English as like our second language. Others were like, okay, yes. And depending on, it really sort of depended on how prevalent the use of English language is in the everyday life, pretty much. So in any case, we tested out using Facebook to write a specific Japanese thread, specific Japanese post that said, if you, Alucard is ready in Japanese for pre-order. Let me know if you have any comments in Japanese. Is what we wrote there, and I think there was like nobody replying to that. And if I look at that, let me just see if I can find that. But we found something out, didn't we, Chocks? And that was most people in Japan don't actually use Facebook that much. They mainly use Twitter. So we're gonna
Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, Twitter more, Instagram catching up. And it's hard. I mean, that question asking the club members, sure, it can be quite misleading in some sense, because obviously they're not in that country, so it's really hard to say whether it's going to attract sales or not. But you can say, okay, fine, you might as well have it in different languages. The more languages, the more opportunity for different people to check it out. But if you say Japanese on Facebook, sure, I'm sure there's a few Japanese Japanese users using Facebook, but a lot of it in the Far East, more in tune with Twitter and Instagram.
Hey, Alex Hughes, I don't see you writing any questions or comments on that post. Unless I'm missing something. James Bailey. Get to that chopper. That, of course, was Sonic and Tails working on that on that 25th anniversary follow-up. It's going to be in the diorama series, of course, and that's looking tight. It's still some ways to go, but the concept is getting tighter and tighter as we go furthermore in the development. It is looking really, really cool. Hey Michael, it's much easier for traditionalists to read 简体字 than to write for 简体字 writers to read 繁体字.
You need both.
Oh no, Alex, that was the post in the club. I'm talking about actually on the Facebook page. I've literally written, or Kanako's written, a Japanese post on the main page, specifically about Alucard. The same Alucard launch post, but in Japanese. And I specifically targeted Japan for advertising, and it didn't really get much traction.
Didn't get it?
Hey Marco, will we ever make a medieval statue? RTF, alrighty the fans. That's a good point, Michael Lai. They don't use Facebook. All right, Jet Black now posted that, but I didn't seem to get much reaction on that, Chocks. So I'm a little bit concerned.
The printed head sculpt.
Yeah, I didn't get much reaction on that, so I'm a little bit concerned, Chocks. Should I be concerned? Let's see.
Post those pictures on Instagram.
Post that picture on Instagram.
Might as well.
Concerning to me, Chocks. Hold on, this was. Let me see. That's the hair. Hold on. If I set by me.
Any word on the Cowboy Bebop statues? Well, we're just talking about it. Searching. What are you doing?
I'm trying to find that post that I did. Where was it? Posted by me. Posted by you.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can only hope. All right. So, Shiranui. That's quite surprising. 500 likes on that picture. I'm pretty impressed with that. 550, basically 550. I posted that 550, and I post Jet
9 hours ago.
Yesterday, over 24 hours ago, and there's only like 147. So, you know, that's interesting. We'll have to sort of see how that sort of goes together. But yeah, you know, very, very excited to see a lot of support for Shiranui. That's really, really interesting, especially because she doesn't have much of a role in it. But of course, it is a reincarnation of Ami. And of course, I'm excited about the Okami line. We have that Ami PVC to come up as well. It's going to be quite a lovely display. You're going to have Shiranui, Ami, and Ami PVC. And then after that, Chibi. It's going to be good. It's going to be a nice little line. And that Chibi design that we're going to got, you know, coming up afterwards, I think it's gonna go in the resin series. It's gonna look really nice. It's gonna look really, really nice. It's possible, Brendan. It's possible. So Crash, I posted a picture of the seams being removed. So Braden should know all about that. Before there was some lines there, and people were like, "Oh, what are those ugly lines?" And I'm like, "No, don't worry, it won't be there. It's only there just for ease of painting, because you can't really sort of paint the body, paint the back easily when it is in the way." So of course, adding those lines over there, they're removed, and that's just wanted to show you guys that. There were a couple of teehees. I think it was 3 teehees. I'm pretty sure.
Isn't that 3? Only 2, isn't it?
Well, one was the skull. So many skull projections. I've never seen so many people like, "Oh, it's this, it's that, it's that, it's this." And I'm just going in my head, I'm just going, then there is the one I just posted today, which 3 p.m. has no idea what it is. absolutely no idea what it is. And the
There was another one?
I'm pretty sure there was another one.
How many Teehee, guys? I'm sure there was only 2. That's 1.
This one here, yeah. This one here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was last week.
Could have been overlapped. Like, could have been on a last Saturday.
It's possible.
Jesse's saying 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this was last week.
That's last week.
That's last week.
That's last week.
Last week. Last week. That's looking tight.
Just 2.
Just two. Yeah. You're right, Mark. Yeah, absolutely right. No clue on today's.
Good news. I tattoo my new slogan, RTF for EJ.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Neil Schumacher and John Rufano are rallying the fans outside the club. That's cool.
Yep.
Dark Souls. Nito.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that post?
Yeah, I
just
saw
before,
that post, yeah.
So I think he's personally too big. He's deeper than Ornstein. I think it's ridiculous.
I've seen the post out in the club as well. I've
Have you?
seen some comments out there as well.
Okay. I think what I'll probably do is reduce it.
Yeah.
It's overkill right now. And the fact is, he's already taller than Ornstein, and he's on a shorter plinth, meaning it's ridiculous, right? And don't forget, Ornstein's got this ridiculous like plume on top of his head as well. Yeah, who says that's going to change? Who says that's going to change? Yeah. Really?
Mm.
We'll see. Or maybe I'll maybe I will. Oh, wait, hold on. Shrinkage and all.
Okay.
Wow. Hey guys, can you do a voting poll for Blaze the Cat and Rogue the Bat, as they would do just as good as Amy Rose?
But it's like LOL. I mean, congrats to the guys that rallied Rosie there over 500.
Before we go into that, I want to say, hey Mona Lisa, I know it's been a while since you've been here, right? And I know things change. I want to know whether or not, in your heart, has there been a case where Truth or Midna has risen above Princess Zelda? Now you love Truth or Midna more than Princess Zelda? Maybe that's has it changed? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I think I know the answer to this. That damn slag Truth or Midna, what a dirty bitch.
There you go, straight away. No effing way.
Oh, she got some.
Yeah, she's still got fire in her.
She got the passion of the Zelda in there. Some things never change. Death, taxes, and Mona Lisa loving Princess Zelda, and that dirty sleep Midnight's gotta go. Yeah, you're right, Alex. You're absolutely right. Don't worry. Whatever happens with Nito, if we make him a little bit smaller, whatever it is, he will have presence. I can assure you that. All right, cool. Finally, Chocks. Finally. Have you seen this?
What?
Oh, it reminds me if I've done that. Yeah.
What?
I'll find out. What the fuck is that?
It's too dark.
Oh, my flash.
Oh, I see it. When did you put that on?
For myself, innit? It's like literally sticky tape.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you didn't drill it?
No, it's just sticky tape. Yeah. Is there drill on yours? Is that like all like?
Well, they usually are, yeah.
It's just fucking sticky tape. I was like pretty surprised when I
luck.
put off the other one.
Good
though,
luck you
it was
don't
like,
lose that.
Yeah, so basically I got the F4F. I got the F4F license plates, and I have now put them on my red banger.
Oh, so just sticky tape then?
Here's a sticky tape. Easy.
Yoink.
But it's quite strong. I gotta say.
I'll check it out. Yeah? I'll check it out for you. Yeah. I'll see how strong it is.
So. Yeah. Oh, Nick Smith would like a ukulele. You know, I've seen some news about ukulele statues recently, which is a bit of a shame for ukulele fans.
For the fans.
All I can say about that is, I really hope you guys can RTF. I would love to have a crack at that, but RTF that TT, get those numbers up, and maybe that's something that, you know, I mean, I just feel quite sad. In any case, moving on. We don't need to dwell on that sort of things. Let us talk about the blogs, Chocks.
The blogs? Well, it's the same old stuff.
All right, cool. Then why do you bother putting in there?
It's just standard there, just in case. Yeah,
all right, and then
template.
weekly CC stats. Alucard brought all the boys to the club, to the yard. There were over 1,000 new members in the last week. If you compared it to the week before this week, it was pretty much green across the board, which is fantastic news.
Yep.
And for the first time ever, Chocks, the weekly active members was over 3,000. We went over to 4,000, Chocks, which is good news. It's the first time for us ever to have that. And that's great news. It's really great news. So we'll be... You know, yes, we look at the overall number of how many people in the club. Yes, we put some measure of success against that. But of course, it's also about the active members. And that is another metric that we got to keep an eye on. And if as long as it starts moving the correct way over time, that's great news. So where are we at?
Finally, let's do it. We've done the week in review, I believe. I don't think we've missed anything out.
All right, guys, we're going to do the snake numbers. Let us know in the comments one more time before I read them out. How many are there for snake exclusive, stealth, and neon for solid snake? Let us know in the comments, what do you think it will be? Brings them boys to the yard, and it's
Castlevania milkshakes. Wow.
My milkshakes brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. Brenton, 850, 350, 200, 1-4.
Jace, 650. Nick Smith, 900, 6 and 4 respectively. Something like that.
He's going 900, 600, and 400.
Yeah.
1250, 550, 750. Interesting. 500, 700, 600. Niles, an active member is someone who has interacted. It's not actually just being there looking. They could be. Is that right? I'm pretty sure that it doesn't count lurkers. Like if you're a lurker, you just look in and you don't react.
Yeah.
I don't think it counts you.
How can they record that? I can look at it. You need to react in some.
But it's got to know that you've like logged in though. Maybe it can tell you that you've logged in and looked at it. And maybe not, because actually that makes sense, because think about it, right? You can see things on your feed and just scroll past it, right? And that doesn't count. You haven't actually been in the club. So you've actually got to have done something. So
either
react, comment, whatever it may be.
Comment, react. I don't think even clicking the article is a counts.
750, 200, 150 for Mr. Petulia.
Nana says he's not calling it, huh?
Yeah, Nana say, what do you think it is? Nana say, let us know. Nana say. 850, 250, 250, says Jeremy.
Says I want Neon to beat Clear.
Well,
by a
let's
mile.
be clear about something, Nana say. Neon did have... I would be surprised if it didn't do better because it had way more time. Stealth only had 3 days. Neon had... How long did Neon have, Chocks? Do you remember? We opened it up again on Reservation Friday, right? We did all of that again, but we didn't reserve it, right?
Yeah, but like
I think we did it to the Friday to the Friday. Was it the Friday for the Friday?
Friday to Friday. It's quite long.
How? So, Stealth had 3 days. It had Tuesday to
I think
Friday.
everybody forgotten the OG one, like before even before the toy fair. Oh dear. Let's check out the messages.
8 days. So 8 days, including. No, it's longer. It was 8 days, including
Sure,
for the
longer,
first. For, I think it's probably Friday to Friday.
And Last Chance Weekend.
No, it didn't.
You know? Did you not?
Mm-mm.
I'm sure it did.
Mm-mm.
There was no Last Chance Weekend.
100% no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no. No Last Chance Weekend for that. So for sure, it was 3 days, but that was in 3D render, plus 8 days. Well, 7 days. From a Friday to a Friday. So, and then I'm thinking about only had 3 days. So it's 11 versus 3. So you would expect that to be... I would be surprised if it wasn't. Yeah, James, I know you're totally all about that Sonic. Was Friday to Wednesday? Okay. Then that probably makes sense, because we did a Last Chance week. Is that what we did? I guess so. Okay.
So
Cool.
that was the Last Chance Weekend.
No. He's saying that it was the Friday when we open up. It was like, okay. It was like, okay, that makes more sense. When we relaunched Snake for 2 weeks, plus his Last Chance Weekend, forget about the X, we did the green version, the neon green version, for a Last Chance Weekend, i.e. Friday to Tuesday, basically.
Right.
So that was, yeah, you know, as you said, so it's about 4 more extra days. So actually, yeah, so, okay. So
there was
that
a
makes
Last
sense.
Chance Weekend.
No, it wasn't part of the Last Chance Weekend.
Yeah.
No, not a part of Snake's Last Chance Weekend. It had its own Last Chance Weekend, which was the beginning time of when we launched it. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, guys, let us do it. Yes, you did do that, Nanase. I know you're rallying for that, which was really great, and I much appreciated that. So shout out to Nanase also for popularizing the idea of doing the neon green Nanase edition, etc., etc. So it is time to read out the numbers. We're going to kick it off. Let me know, do you want me to go X Stealth Neon? Do you want me to go Neon Stealth X? You want to go, you know, do you want to throw it up a bit and go Stealth X Neon? How do you want me to read it out first? Let me know in the comments. Drop them digits. Mona Lisa's like, oh, they listen to you. They listen to you, Nana. Say, help me ask for Zelda. If we listen to him, Mona Lisa, I'll be doing a poll this week. Not a poll. I'll be opening up a pre-order today for Happy Mars Salesman. Or maybe I'm listening to him. Maybe it's a double bluff. Just do it, says Jesse. X Stealth Neon. All right, we're going to go X. About, by the way, after you saying AABB, I asked Andreas if he knew ABBA. He said, of course. All Swedish too. Alright guys, we're going to kick it off. Congratulations, Solid Snake has posted fantastic results. Snake exclusive 1000. Rounded that up from high 900s, 1000 units for Snake X. Much appreciated for the support. That is a great start to the lineup. So, you know, looking forward to more and more in that line. The Stealth Edition is at...
OG Stealth, yo.
OG.
Yeah.
OG Stealth is... Oh, he says, don't give us Neo numbers until Nanase throws out his number.
But he says he doesn't want to say a number.
No, we won't do that to you, Nanase. All right, cool. We're going to kick it off with Stealth 175. Congratulations to the Stealths 175. Now, this, is, of course, is a breakdown between singles and triples and triples and twins. All of these have been... you know, so it took me a bit of time to figure it all out. I had to go through 6 SKUs. I had to go through them 1, 2, 3. So X, Stealth, Neon, and then I had to go through twin packs, twin greens, twin OGs, and then trips. So that was you know, quite an ordeal. I had to double check that with you, Chocks, didn't I?
Yeah.
We have the Neon Green. Shout out to NSA once again. Neon Green camouflage version is... Tune in next week. We'll tell you them.
Let's see what the reaction is. Gonna wait 30 seconds. Gonna wait 30 seconds for the reaction.
He's like, and it's like, come on, NSA edition. Well, it's right. So TT. Well, you know. Well, it's next week, then I.
Everyone's laughing now.
Should we just do it then, of course?
Yeah, get it done.
All right. Once again, drum roll. Brrrr. I know he's cacking himself, so longer drum roll. Grand total of 100. Oh, sorry. I missed another 100. 200, congratulations. Neon Green. I thought I'd let him cack himself for a little bit. Congratulations to you, Nanase, as well, for rallying that. 200 on the Neon Green. Neon Green Snake. That is a wrap. Snake exclusive, 1,000. Stealth, 175. Neon, 200. So thank you for your support. Altogether, 375 pieces. It's a very, very solid number across all those lines. So thank you so much for your support, guys. Really appreciate that, and we will look forward to doing more and more in those lines. So much appreciated.
Who's the next one down the line?
Obviously, Psycho Mantis and Grey Fox is looking tight as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
want to get those out soon. So tell us, when do you want the next Snake?
What do you mean the next Snake?
When do you want the next pre-order for Snake?
For
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like
another Snake.
Yeah, what? Cool, nice one, guys. All right, let's do them TTs.
Right, just before we start the TT, I've made a pinned post at the top of the comments. That's the Q&A thread. So guys, if you've got any questions you want for Alex to answer during the Q&A, make sure you jump on that thread and leave us a question in there. So Alex will get to you soon. Right, TTs. Last week, number TT 91, Tomba from the Tomba. That is currently sitting at 398 votes, 21.4% for yes, and 78.6% for no. So that's 85 votes for yes, 313 votes for no. So, you know, it is what it is. Keep on voting. I mean, you guys been asking for that during the fun day. So whether you think it's worth it or not, you know, TTs come from those fun days sometimes. And that's what we're saying. So we look at the suggestion threads that you guys been putting suggestions in that thread. And then we also look at the fun days as well. So we will pick and choose TTs based on those two areas. So, you know, fun days are worth looking into in that aspect. And then for this week, again, a lot of people have been asking that during the week and fun days as well. And that is TT92 near Automata. Yeah. So that's kind of a no-brainer. So that one currently has 525 votes. 400.
Thanks, James Bailey.
421 votes for yes and 104 votes for no. So picked up a lot of momentum in such a short time. And I see you guys been sharing that blog post out of the club as well. So you know, people quite surprised when they saw that.
All right, so this is a good time to just reiterate something.
Yeah.
All TTs are not guaranteed. We do not call licensors up ahead in time and go, yo, Mr. Tomba, we're going to be doing your TT this week. And if it does well, can we get a license? We don't do that before any of the TTs. We never have done and we never will do, you know, unless, of course, it's something that the licensor has asked us to pick up. And then we'll say we only pick it up if the club wants it. So it is all about what are TTs about? Well, they're not guaranteed. They're a bit of something that we can all, it's about personalities as well, to see what people like, what people don't like. It's understanding our audience. Nothing is guaranteed, but what I can tell you that I can't begin to tell you how strong it is to go to a licensor, and I've seen it myself, and I hopefully will do it when it comes to Vegas with Pokemon, and show them, look, it's almost 1,000 yes votes, all that sort of stuff. Maybe that may help, maybe it won't. But the point is, it's certainly better than nothing. I can guarantee you that. So when it comes to something like Nier, the question was asked, but what happens if Square Enix says no? Well, then they say no. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
As much as I do my cheeky smile, whatever I can do, and I remember how it was when the licensors came over, when Ubisoft came over, and I was like, "Oh yes, very nice to meet you," and all this sort of. Despite what kind of amazing accent I can put on for them, they still will say no. They still might say no, and very likely they would do. So you might ask yourself, "Well, what's the point?" Well, at the end of the day, all I can do is tell you what we can do. And what we can do is try. That's all we can do. And whether or not the licensor will be receptive to it or not, it is totally, totally not in our control. So the answer is, do we ever research it before we ever launch one of these things? The answer is never. Do we ever contact them and say, we're going to be doing a TT on your franchise this week? The answer is, of course not. So despite the fact that, let's say, Nier gets 20,000 yeses, we can't go to Square Enix with the expectation that simply because, I mean, you can't have the expectation just because that we, as in the club, got to 20,000 yeses means that we're going to get it. It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of factors at play. Some other licensors, some licensors may have already licensees there. Whatever the reason may be, the point being, there is absolutely no guarantee whatsoever. So take it, when you do your votes on TTs, to take that as a... Just remember that. That's all I would say about that. That's right, Niles. If there even is one. What is up with Earthworm Jim? Interplay. What? I thought they're selling it all. Alex Walker, the answer is, I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't tried and spoken to Square Enix for 13 years. Way back when, I think Kanako tried to contact them and was then, I can't even remember, it was so long ago. I have not tried to speak to, so I always say, oh, Final Fantasy, you know, all that sort of stuff. But the reality is I haven't tried to speak to them for many years, 13 plus years. And granted, we're still tiny potatoes now, but before we were teeny micro potatoes, right? Maybe there might be some difference. Maybe if it's, and especially with other people who are saying that other license companies have received, a near license in particular, then the answer is maybe they'll be more receptive. Well, who knows? The answer is we also don't have a contact at Square Enix, for example. We would have to go through the motions. I have to sort of ask around, hey, this, that, hey, that. Are you going to be at Vegas? All that sort of stuff.
Right.
Hopefully that helps better explain a little bit.
We just have to see.
Alex, we do have a disclaimer in every single TT. This is not a guarantee. We do that. If anyone bothered to read it at the bottom,
yeah. If anyone bothered to read it. It's only been going on for 90 odd TTs.
Right, guys. Next week, TT Chocks.
Right, next week, as mentioned last week and the week before, I believe it's going to be Full Gore from Killer Instinct. You guys remember that? That's beat 'em up.
Now,
Fighting game, sorry. The fighting game. CGI.
Yeah. Killer Instinct, guys. Let us know. Rare. That would be low-hanging fruit. Just saying. Not that it's guaranteed, but you're just saying. Now,
just saying.
Let's for John Morales, just to be clear, there is a difference between Japan and Europeans. So what I mean by that is Square Enix Japan versus Eidos recreation, Eidos bought, they're different. I don't want to go into more details on that, but hopefully that answers your question there. So when it comes to this, I want to talk about I want to do an experiment, guys, and I want to talk about the power of licensing. Okay. One, 92, 93, 92, 91, 90. TT-89 was aircraft from Ace Combat and had quite historically one of the lowest turnouts of 36 votes for yes. In a percentage terms, that was something like 10% said yes. And that's against a so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the seventh
lowest
in terms of total votes.
Yeah.
Now I want to discuss the power of licensing.
By yes votes.
If you do
by total votes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now that doesn't make any difference, but it's not about total votes because it's just more people saying no. Yeah. So
no votes.
I want to talk about so can you think of what I'm going to be suggesting here? We're talking about Ace Combat, and I want to talk about the power of licensing. What does that mean to you? What do you think the next TT is going to be after Full Gore? Have a little guess about what you think that's going to be.
That's going to be tough.
Mizrahi in the house. How's it going? Did Mizrahi walk away with tons and tons of Huda points?
Have I given it to him yet?
Has Phil given it to you?
I believe.
Oh, that's quite a few.
No, it's not Phil. It's alright.
3 weeks?
He's not in this one.
No. I mean like Huda points. It's been 3 weeks, yeah? Okay. Yeah. And 8 Hall goes Ace Combat 2.
Yeah.
So you guys are thinking you're thinking too general. It's not because the Ace Combat was vehicles and therefore another vehicle. I'm going to talk to you about a much more subtle change, and this is going to be something very interesting for me. Ace Combat aircrafts, generic aircrafts. Yes, there are some that are a little bit specific to Ace Combat, I believe. Wasn't that?
Okay.
Let us talk about the F-14. The F-14, fantastic looking aircraft, fighter jet, etc., etc. Next week's is Full Gore. The following week's TT is going to be Robotech VF1s. So let us know in the comments. We're talking specifically about the plane mode, to be specific, to like for like compare. We're not talking about Guardian mode. We're not talking about robot mode. We're talking specifically plane mode VF1. VF1S, whatever, VF1J, whatever it is. Maybe we'll go S. And yeah, that is what we're going to test. The power of licensing. Ace Combat, we have a benchmark. Yes, the F-14s was the original planes that the VF-1s were based off of. Slight tweaks. Now you have a Robotech plane. Let us know what you think about that. But that is, we're going to test likewise purely licensing. And this is going to be one of the mainstream animes that came to America, that got America into animes. So it's one of the forefronts of that. So Aiden has no idea what it is. Oh, Nick's not. I'm quite interested about that. Nick is quite a, you know, Nick is an anime fan, and I'm interested to see that he's not interested in that. Braden doesn't know what these are. It's interesting. Interesting. So yeah, you know, we do this just to sort of see. So we will be back at it again in 2 weeks' time with that one. 3 weeks' time, Golden Sun. We will see how that goes. It's going to be interesting to compare it. I love stats. I love finding that sort of stuff out. So we will see how that goes. All right, cool. So next week, Full Gore, VF1's following, and then Golden Sun the week after.
I mean, if you guys want like airplanes and crafts, there's like tons. Like you know, like R-Type, Thunder Force,
Gradius.
Yeah, Gradius, Proteus,
Space Invaders.
Yeah, Space Invaders. Axley.
Galactica.
UN Squadron.
All right, Jesus.
Space Harrier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Mark Andre, it's because I'm trying to do a specific see how it goes with the VF1s. That's a different scenario. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Right. Last week, winners. Hashtag F4F 2B, obviously 2B from Nia. So last week we had 4 winners to choose.
4 winners?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I believe so.
Let's see.
That's what I got on my system. Yeah.
All right. I've definitely seen one person online.
Yes, so have I.
We're going to kick it off with the letter L. Anybody begin with the letter L? Let us know if you begin with the letter L. You could be you.
It could be you.
All right, got it here.
You got it?
Yeah. We're going to kick it off. We have
Chris Landy.
L3PM. They call me lame. Did I win? Lucinda Charles, congratulations. You are unlucky, Larissa. It's Lucinda Charles. We have another lovely lady. It's going to be Amanda Futcher. Congratulations. You are the second winner. We have we'll go with beginning with the letter M. Seeing as I've seen Michael Lai. The letter M. Matthias Kalik, sorry mate, not you, Michael Lai. And last but not least, we have Mr. Vincent Windish. OG.
Congrats, guys. 500 reward points coming to you soon. And soon could mean anytime soon.
Indeedy.
Next week's hashtag.
Ah, yeah, that one.
Well, not next week's, this week's hashtag, sorry.
This week's hashtag. What was last week's?
To be.
All right. Hashtag F4F Gore, G-O-R-E, for a chance to win 500 war points chosen at random by Chocks. 3 lucky winners. Hashtag F4F Gore, G-O-R-E, for a chance to win.
I'm going to pin that to the top.
500 reward
That's
points.
going to replace the Q&A thread.
There you go. That's right, Mark. That's right. 3 p.m. Everyone's got it right. Yep. What? Yes, that's correct.
Yep. Right.
Mm-hmm.
G-O-R-E, Gore. That's correct, guys.
Perfect. All right, Chocks. I'm going to go through these.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if there's anything I need to
Okay,
do.
I have that on that side.
All right, here we go. Jake May, can we get a big shout out to all the MHA fans in the club for getting All Might to 1K? Shout out to you guys. Really good job on that. That is interesting. We've had contact and we're now talking, but you know, it's how do you say it? Relationship status. It's complicated. Celine, are you guys allergic to anything in case you're coming to Gamescom this year and bringing food? Nice one. We are very likely coming to Gamescom and we're not allergic to anything, are we, Chocks? No? How's Morrigan coming along? We need to wrap her up. It's been a little bit on the back burner. Any hints on the replicas that are in the works?
Is what?
Any hints on any replicas that are in the works? You know, we've done a few polls on replicas. It's not really got also life-size props. We haven't really got that much traction, so I'm not really seeing anything that sort of tickles my fancy. That tickles everybody's fancy, I should say. I know in the past you said females are too hard to sculpt to get right, but I do know that you've got an amazing sculptor with you. How are things looking now? We've got some females in the works. Come on, let's dance, boys. Okay, well, so Bayonetta is absolutely kicking my ass, but she's looking stunning, but she's absolutely kicking my ass. We have, and then the, but that's kind of like hidden that she's a, yeah. Then we have, no, you're not writing game. Is it?
What?
The ladies.
The ladies.
The ladies. Come on, we've got more than that because we talked to John. He said we had like 130 products in the works, something crazy like that.
That one?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've done that one. Yeah. I said this one as well. Done that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, I've got 3 here. 4.
It's got to be more than that.
Oh yeah. True form.
Right.
Yeah.
We know that. Yeah. How many?
Oh yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It could be. It could be. You know, it could be in the future.
No, it's gonna be before that. It's gonna be the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
like 1,
that.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
All right. Calm it
and then
down.
maybe like, damn, like a few, another 5, 6, 7, 8 there.
Really?
Yeah.
Ladies everywhere.
Oh my god. All mine.
3 p.m. Will we get to see Guts pre-order? Will we get to see Guts before pre-order? Will you get to see Guts before pre-order? You've seen him. You were at New York. You've seen what he looks like. As always, we will then do the usual plan. We'll do the last chance. You know, we'll do the thing. It's already sort of been shown. All right. John Agnew, is there an F4F portfolio that you send to potential licensors? If so, what statues do you show off? What we do is normally we'll do it like for example we'll say this is the stuff that we worked in our Nintendo range and our Sega range, and there'll be like 4 or 5 on each one, so it's not really, and this is like a few one of the. Do I have that?
What are you looking for?
One of those things.
One of those what? Ah,
Everything's on here already. Been,
already out. It's been a while, hasn't it?
This is super old, right? So as an example, you can see. Let me see. As an example, here you can see this is the sort of the Nintendo, obviously got Konami. We've got a general bunch of stuff there. So you can we don't sort of, that's just an example. So you have an idea. That's a sort of that's more of a licensor facing thing that we did. We had something very different for our New York Comic Con booth.
Yeah.
It was more sort of one by one or whatever it was. That was different.
I wonder what happened to those guys that that we've given out. What they've done with them. Interesting, isn't it? Actually, how many people redeem the codes?
It's a good question, actually.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go back and check it out, right?
I can tell you. I'll tell you this afternoon. I mean later.
Okay.
What am I talking about?
Questions.
Oh yeah.
Q&A.
I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, what am I doing? What is life? What is the meaning of life? Bucci!
Bucci.
Do you ever consider rejecting magnets to simulate... Do you ever consider rejecting magnets to simulate flying levitations of parts? The answer is nope. Too heavy. Dallas Biederman, what's the status of Breath of the Wild upcoming statues? What's holding you up from releasing Rider Link and Shake a Slate? Approval process. Sculpting. Feedback. That's what's holding us back. But we're coming to the end of those journeys. For 3D, for Rider Link, and for physical for Shaker. Jake Mayo, when you watch anime, do you prefer to watch in Japanese or English?
Sub and dub. Talking about audio.
I'm a subber.
Yeah, likewise.
Because I understand the nani?
I prefer the original format and just look at the translations. But, I do research and see if the English dub are good or not. Because some animes have really good English dub, so I'll try and watch those as well. Yeah.
So always growing up as always was in English. Sorry, in Japanese. Because I didn't see it in England. I saw them in China. And in just like on DVDs and whatever, or CDs or whatever. And it was always usually...
Yeah, I always have to wait for the subbers.
Yeah, because anime wasn't really readily available in the UK.
That's true.
So that's... And I've always sort of been into watching foreign films in the original language. My dad always said to me, you can't get the emotion. Now, of course, you can't get the emotion from a performance in, for example, if you watch Life is Beautiful, right, and you watch that in the English dub, I think it really started from there. It's more about films and the performances of the voices when you're actually in the moment and you're doing all of that. You can't recreate that with sound voice, just sort of in the studio. Now, it's really different for anime or cartoon stuff. Where you're not actually acting originally. The emotion that you get from acting in the scene is where my watching of foreign films, has always been in the original language. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So always having that as a kind of foundation meant that when it came to anime, it didn't even occur to me to watch it in English.
I just prefer the original audio.
Sure.
Yeah.
Martin Konyali. So, how's the current state of the Yakuza figures? Would it help if I drive to Kabukicho and make some Yakuza save Yakuza, please? Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be a great job. Have a great time in your Kabukicho. Let me know. Send me some PMs. Let me know how it was. The status of it is we've got to rework it. Right. Unfortunately, we'd given up on the project, and it was kind of like, how to revive the 3D, the physicals need to... We made some changes to the head, we've got to remake those changes again. So we've got to keep going with that. Hunter, Hey, Alex and Chocks, I've got a few Berserk questions this week. Love Guts, can't wait for PM, much appreciated. One, based on the excitement around the club, do you think Berserk will do well enough to be strong like Zelda or Dark Souls? The answer is, we've been going back and forth on this, but we think it absolutely has a really great shot of being a really high contender. 2, since most Berserk popularity is from the manga, do you take into account when designing the statues more than you would for other anime lines? And the answer is nope, the character is the character. You're not making a piece of artwork, you're making a statue, and the statue has to come from somewhere. But what we, it doesn't, the reference is the original comes from the manga, which is obviously what's taken in from the inspiration for the animes as well. So the answer is it's all much the same thing. In terms of what's the difference between the anime versus the manga? Oh, it's not true to the manga. Oh, it's not true to this one. That's cool. And I appreciate the differences with that, but when it comes to a statue, there is no interpretation between that. It is the character. It's not manga. It's not anime. It's a statue, if that makes sense. You know what I mean, Chocks?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So the whole idea of, oh, the manga's the superior one because it's where the popularity's at is not applicable in this scenario, if that makes sense. Does it look like the character from any of them? Then that's the job done. Because some people don't read the manga. Some people only watch the anime. Some people didn't watch the anime, they only read the manga. Does it appeal to both demographics? The answer is, if so, yes, then we'd be successful. 3, are Skull Knight and Berserker Armor plan to have dynamic posters like Guts? I see Guts pose really makes F4F stand out, and I'd love to see something similar for the future. You best believe. Braden Cole, absolutely love my Saitama. Any word on Genos? Is he for sure? Thank you very much, much appreciated. We have finishing Genos next week. Why the choice for the Moomin Rider and Sonic over others? Was there a poll back in the day? Saitama's absolutely epic. Much appreciated. We could always revisit another poll. It was a long time ago. And that was before we had sort of clubs, that sort of stuff was in effect.
Because with anime, character popularity always changes season to season. So, we could always do that poll, like as Alex had just said. So.
Yeah. Rodolfo Canato, how many CV Symphony of the Night line figures you expect to bring to life? The answer is 2 more, which is already a year's work. Tell me if there's more. Right now, I'm not seeing anything just yet. Richter is kind of like was going to be the great hope, but he kind of stalled a bit.
Hopefully more. Maybe you guys want to see Alucard out in the wild as well.
Would you like to see, maybe Alucard from Lord of Shadows? Aaron Maxwell, I know it's a long shot, but is there a possibility of opening up pre-orders for Shovel Knight one last time to boost the edition size? The answer is nope. We won't do that, but we may be doing a variant later on. When can we see the Majora's Mask drop test? Asked Randy, and the answer is probably this weekend. If not, Monday at the latest. Yeah, Chocks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alex Hughes, why do you prefer FF7 over all the other FF games? My favourite is 9. The answer is FF7 was the first time that I can really remember proudly when my brother goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? You paid this game for, it looks at my save goes, I go, 100 hours? I went, yeah, mate. And it was like the first experience I've ever had of a turn-based JRPG. I didn't know what they were before. That introduced me to it. And
on a new
it was
platform,
just
on a
after,
CD format.
The first time I had
full motion video.
Yeah, and it was so, for me, memorable, and it made me hunt for anything in that style afterwards. It was the one that made me fall in love with the genre. So it was
JRPGs,
JRPGs, and after that, it started becoming, this and that, and Vagrant Story, and that whole thing, and then it was like Xenogears.
I like the Shining Force and all that stuff. Phantasy Star. Those were on the Mega Drive, Mega Drive.
Yeah, no, that was Dreamcast as well. Fantasy Online, all that sort of stuff. But so that, and then of course I paid. I didn't have a PlayStation 2 until much afterwards. So I didn't get that.
Right.
So it was 7, 8, 9, and that was it. Then it was the PS2 era. After that, I only got a PS2 later on afterwards to backdate play things like, Shadow of the Colossus, and Ico and stuff like that. Do you have a favorite one, Chocks? You like the earlier ones?
I like 7 as well, yeah.
You like 7 as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris Kim. Any chance of getting a Final Fantasy VI license from Square Enix? How difficult to obtain the license at Square Enix? I made a ton of good RPGs. Why make me read so long? The answer is... You tell me, is there any chance? He made me read out a long-ass bloody sentence, and I was just crying inside, more and more dying with every single word I was saying.
Chris is on the stream. He's on the stream.
Alright, sweet. Austin Paul. Number 1. Modern Amy, Rose, and Samurai Jack, please. How are they doing?
Doing alright.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Austin's very active in the SJ poll. Just kept hammering away with those bumps.
Good. Shout out to the Ica TT2, please. Shout out to the Ica TT. My wallet supports an Ultimate Ica as well as Ultimate Jin and Ultimate Full. If you decide to go that route, please be gentle and sparing with the idea. My wallet isn't as bottomless as you like to be yet. Okay, you know, I like that as a, you know, I always said niche lines need to be saved by variants, and the answer to that is yes, but only really when it makes sense. And sometimes it might make sense to do ultimate versions where you have for the hardcorers, some that want to have the exclusive plus an additional this and that. Maybe
Ultimate
it's like
editions.
tons more companion bits and bobs and switch out this is that's probably something that we could look into doing, and that's a way that we can sort of get that across the line. Perhaps it's not as good as variants, Shocks, I'm going to be honest with you, but it's a way. Because the difference is with the variant, I can go to the factory and go, yeah, you know, look, we have you know, 3 versions of Snake, and I can kind of say that they're kind of similar. Yes, you're using the same molds, if that makes sense. When you go Ultimate Edition, it actually means you need more molds because they're not repaints, they're not variants, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you don't get the added benefit of economies of scale, but so it's not as good, but it's certainly better than if the difference is completely not even bothering, i.e. don't even bother making Ica, or you know, doing the ultimate version, then I would rather, you know, have that, because I can't just make a variant out of for no reason, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you decided on modern Metasonic pose? The answer is yes, but I need to revisit that, make sure that's okay. Any news on Darkstalkers? No news for now. Any news on Genos? Perhaps next week we can submit that. For the 1/4 Barry, any small chance for a nod to the fans who held on from the beginning? And for 1/4, any chance? The small nod to the fans, you mean the ones that most...
The ones that got the various suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we didn't... You able to keep the order at the price that was...
Yeah. The
Yeah.
original price,
Yeah.
I think, is quite a big nod already, and also the fact that it's been upgraded quite significantly as well. So he comes back with the 570 for Jack. That's all right, yeah.
What?
Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack,
Yeah,
yeah?
570.
Oh, these are the results?
Yeah, I guess so. 525 for Amy. It's not bad. And
Right.
Ica's
Nice
482.
one, Austin.
Yeah, nice one.
What about Classic Amy? Well, they're running for the Classic Amy now.
Maxime Rosier, how many people are on the wait list for Great Wolf Sith? Entered it about 2 days ago, but I'd like to know if my chance is around 1 or 2%. The answer is you will definitely get your Sith. The reason is we are going to complete the edition size. We reduce the numbers against the, as we always do, and we'll just complete out the edition size. Wang. The fuck, Sav? Alex, is anything new coming on the core range? And we should sit down and have a little think about that. The answer is we've sort of put that in the back burner. We need to look into that. Chris Kim, regarding Castlevania 59, will the Statue for Death be based on this illusion by Kojima? Now, Schumacher, hey Alex, I hope you will still have the Earthworm TT in mind. The response last week was great. Did you come further in the search for the licensor? Yeah, I know who owns it. Interplay, and they're selling it. So tell me who's bought it. The last thing I saw was that I looked at it the other day, and it was Interplay.
Yeah?
But they were saying they were putting it all up to auction. That was like 2 years ago. Wasn't it?
Find it.
Find what?
Find it.
The license?
Yeah.
Interplay sales.
Give him a call. Let's give him a call after the stream.
September the 7th, 2016. I've not heard anything since then. Does anybody know? Did anyone buy it? Five Interplay properties you should buy right now. I'm looking at an article. It says
In 2016.
2016 that we should buy right now. Nick says we should buy the license. Well, should we do that, Chocks? Buy it, get a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Earthworm Jim, Messiah, Battle Chess, T-Rex, Rumble, and Redneck Rampage.
That's it.
What happened to Descent? That's a better interplay thing. Do you remember Descent?
I remember Descent.
That ships and stuff, yeah?
Yeah. There's more than that. There's more than that. Clay Fighters. What else? That is the rock and roll racing, isn't it? I believe might have been them as well.
What do you think, guys? Would you Kickstarter back us to go and get the interplay? You get right hand rights. MDK, Clay Fighter, and Dark Alliance. MDK was a.
It's a favourite of yours, isn't it?
I liked MDK. Kurt Hectic. And they didn't do so well, I think, on the TT. MDK. So let me ask the question: will all 23 of you who voted for MDK back us for getting buying the rights from Interplay, and if you also, and will all you Earthworm Jimmers? Oh, 390. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it?
Yeah.
That's not bad, is it? Oh. Yeah, well, all 398 of you Earthworm Jim fans, kickstart us to go and get that license so we can actually buy the license and make it ourselves whenever we want. Now that would be nice. That would be very nice. Yes, just buy it. Jake Mayer, do you have this license for the entirety of the Castlevania or just simply the night? The answer is... Well, I mean, the answer is we go with proposals generally, and we have a great relationship with Konami, so I guess so. But I need to see some huge rallying. I haven't seen anything after, as I said. Well, yeah, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but hopefully you guys will show me what you guys want. Jake Mayer, also, as creative as you are with the statues you design, I'm sure you have some original ideas of your own. Would you consider making your own character from the ground up and making a statue for the F4F community? You could even show us to gauge opinion to help create it. Plus, you don't need to pay or worry about license. So the answer is yes, all the time, and I think it's an absolute goal for us in the future. We have to do just that. A F4F CC designed statue that TTs and polls well would be an ultimate dream for me. And of course, when it does so well and then we make it, I'm going to go back and screen grab that and go, oi, you promised you would buy this. I made it. Why didn't you buy it? But that would be an absolute dream to do that.
Mix and match.
Mix and match.
Frankenstein.
There you go. With Rider Link still in 3D mode, do you think only Midna and Shaker Slate are going for pre-order for Zelda this year? Also, do you have any plans for any Legend of Zelda PVC coming this year? The answer is most likely. We don't know. And as for the PVC, we have nothing to report. Mark Andre. Excuse me. Following your sneaky conversation about Darksiders last Q&A, I wondered if you talked to the licensor for Darksiders. Well, if we told you that wouldn't be very sneaky, would it? Justin Slice, the amount of pre-orders outpacing the amount of releases. It feels like we're talking about things that are further and further away. Is that a concern of yours? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. I'm concerned. I also think that it's acceptable for it to be a year. I try to push for 9 months, but I accept it to be can be a year. But I'm putting things in place that will make it easier to deal with more things sort of going forwards. Last year was quite pathetic in terms of releases. This year should see significantly more, but I do agree that you say you're chasing a little bit, chasing the tail. Sometimes there are things that are quite quick. If we can get things done within a year, I'm happy. We want to go earlier, but I think if we can keep it within a year, Chocks, just to the date, a year.
Sure.
So let's have a quick little goosey gander. What's going out into the marketplace now?
Sort of like, it depends on
you can't compare Majora's Mask. That was over a year. But having said that, the moment that we went live with Last Chance Weekend, which was in September or something like that, we kicked ass and we've been going. So if things were smooth, we would have been out with Majora's Mask in 6 months or something like that, right? Which would be crazy. Yeah?
Depends on the complexity of the project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's like really elaborate piece, it may take longer. Also, it depends on the licensors as well. Sometimes can be slow, but on average, some projects are short. For example, like PVCs, but not counting those, just resins alone. Like I said, on average, up to a year seems more likely. And the things we're doing in the back end, expanding the production side of things, hopefully that, like I said, would be more releases rather than more pre-orders over releases. And we kind of anticipated like stuff that we pre-ordered last year was going to come out this year anyway. So as long as we keep that promise of releasing the stuff this year, we should be on track.
Yeah.
So the stuff we're doing now are definitely going to come out next year, if all things go smoothly, with the new additions added to the production side of things. Because we're already working out stuff for next year where we need to get that production side of things improved. So, yeah. 2019 is interesting year because 2018 pre-orders are going to be so crazy.
Oh,
this
okay.
year.
I just read the comments and he's actually not talking about any of that. So forget about that.
What the hell?
He's talking about the fact that we sneak it so early and you have to wait so long before you go to pre-order and then you have to wait so long before you get it. The answer to that is absolutely no. I'm positive that it's better to let you guys know way ahead of time because these things are costly and you need to prepare yourselves longer. So the answer is I'm more than happy to show you things not too far in ahead, but at least a year beforehand. No problem.
So it's a bit like game development then. So it's like,
yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, you announce something like 5 years ahead of time, and usually it takes about 18 months for game production. And then sometimes it's like, why did you tell me this 5 years ago? And then now games company are kind of like leaving things pretty much like a couple months before game launch. And some people are okay with that, but some people are like, what the hell, why didn't you give me enough time?
Yeah, so the answer to that's what he was talking about. The answer is I'm not concerned whatsoever. I think it's important. I always ask you guys, would you want to see a calendar of what's coming up? And the answer is you wanted to see it because you wanted to know sort of where things were coming. The answer is absolutely. I think it's absolutely key to do this, to do that. Because what do we see that before, Chocks? I knew about you guys when you posted that Dracula sneak from What's Up Wednesdays like a year ago. And finally, Alucard's come out. And I'm so excited and I've been talking about this. Well, if we just dropped that earlier, like Alucard without anybody knowing, all that sort of stuff, the answer is, would you all of a sudden have 500 laying around? It would be nice if you did, but not everyone does. And therefore, that is why... Yes, of course, we have payment plans and all that sort of stuff. But no, the answer is, I think it's important that people know what's coming up way ahead of time. And I'm happy to go two...
It's like people always want to know stuff ahead of time.
Yeah. As you said, game development, trailer, sneak peek. That's exactly what it is.
I mean, it's good. It's good to know what's ahead, but at the same time, it's also good to just throw in an Easter egg every so often. Yeah. Give that surprise element.
Every now and then.
Yeah, so... like I said, with more and more products coming out, more and more pre-orders coming out, we're working on a new blog, Hopefully it will be posted once every month, where we will list out what's in development, what's confirmed, what's in production, so you guys always know what we're working on, and you can keep track of how many. When you look at that blog post, you'll understand how many projects that's going on. And yeah, just wait until that blog comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Wall, what's the backstory with Gaming Heads? Were you involved with the Left 4 Dead statues? The answer to that is there was a dark time in F4F history in 2008 and 2009, where we didn't know if we were going to survive. And as a result, I said to my partner, John, who's still my partner now, in First of Figures, that we don't know if First of Figures is going to survive, therefore I'm going to go off and do my own thing. Do I have your blessing? He said yes. And I set up Gaming Heads with another partner back in 2010. And I was with Gaming Heads and First of Figures, both hats on, up until 2016, of which I then left Gaming Heads. So everything was... So Left 4 Dead, you know, I think you can figure it out, yeah?
Left 4 Dead is like
2016.
Like perfect name. It was a great game. I loved it. But, you know, for that question, it's like, there it is. Left 4 Dead.
The answer is everything before and even some stuff since, just because it takes time for things to be developed, etc., etc. So 2016 has been all about F4F, and that's why I set up the club. And I could finally, for the first time, actually say, yo, how's it going? My name is Alex Davis. I am Mr. F4F. I couldn't do that before because I was Mr. F4F and I was also Mr. GH. I'm now F4F only, and that is why I can be the face of the company. Before, First Figures was but a faceless corporation. Now you get to see this ugly mug instead. Chatter B King. Is there any Zelda SD figures lined up for PO anytime soon? The answer is nope. As said, for that, SD must establish that it's a success not only for website but also in the marketplace. That must have hard numbers before we think about going to Nintendo with that sort of thing. Braden, can we get some F4F beanies? I'm Canadians. Hats other than the Okami one. We'll rock one all day, every day. Nice one. I will look into doing that. Yeah, yes, that's exactly what I felt like you were saying.
I'm good with words, aren't I?
So I looked at you, I was like...
You and your poker face.
That's why you never win. That's well, actually, you do win. I fucking so shit at poker. Now, my poker face is pretty decent when it needs to be.
You've been practicing there, behind my back.
No, I mean, I mean, like, you know, this poker face is pretty
come
good.
over here.
You know, no idea about Dark Souls remark. No, yeah, you know. All right. It's always interesting when people are talking in the club and speculating about what we do and don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all they can go on, though. I mean, I can understand from their point of view. So,
Nick Teeves, do you have any other anime lines in the works? Have you already chosen to do next? Do you have any other anime lines in the works, and or have chosen already to do the next from the first statues of Cowboy Bebop? Well, Cowboy Bebop, obviously, we've got 3 in the works. Fullmetal Alchemist, 2 in the works. And Berserk, 3 in the works. Speaking of Berserk, have you ever thought about doing anything from the 97 Golden Age series, since there are a lot of fans that like that series? The characters are... The characters are the characters. Doesn't matter what anime they're from.
If it does well, if it does well, we would love to cover everything.
If you're talking like Band of Hawks versions, all that sort of stuff, the answer is everything like is up for talks.
Like a child guts. When it was a child.
There you go.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Yeah. Also, his guts sword hollow to decrease the weight, and if the strain on his arms. I read definitely one documentary I can't wait to see. Yeah, the answer to that is the sword is made in PU, so it's lighter, just like the cape.
and it's got this rod that goes all the way through it, but it's not hollow. How many Metal Gear Solid statues do you plan on putting out for pre-order a year? If it's more than one, does Snake count as of this year? The answer is no, it does not count as this one's, and the answer is probably one more this year, maybe two, probably one more this year.
For what?
MGS.
Ah.
For Cowboy Bebop, does Jet have an alternate pose? Maybe if it's shown before, I missed it. I'm not sure, but it would be great. Yeah, he has switch out arms. That was shown out before, pretty sure. We have a plate of his famous bell peppers and a beef. No. Lastly, will you do Steins Gate TT? The answer is yeah. Why not? Sometime. Put it on the list of potentials because I've seen that a few times now.
Yeah. I've definitely got it on my list.
You got it on your list? No, I never
not
seen
here,
it.
but different. It's a couple of.
But if you know it's on this list, it's shortlisted.
I'll write it down anyway. I'll write it down to add it to the list. I'm sure I wrote it down.
Yeah. Sarah Arrington, when will Morrigan expect to make another appearance on the note of Capcom House Dante's hair? Dante's hair is. I actually asked the team this week, and I'll find out what the hell happened to that, and if there's any updates on that, because the factories are still not up and running, so we're still catching up. And as for Morrigan, same thing. We're going through the development. She was being a little bit on the back burner. We will look to ramp her up again, I think. Will Warp Star Kirby be this year? Or with the Zelda and Mario figures, have you met your quota? And the answer is they're not the same license, so there's no quota. The answer is yes, Warp Star will absolutely be this year. Will Amaterasu PVC have a super tiny Ison?
What?
Nah, it's too small.
Why not just make a 1-to-1?
We did. I mean, I suppose.
That's like pigment size.
But in Rastero, Ike is now 480 plus. Any further updates? Yeah. Keep rallying. I know it's close to your heart, Brendan. Mine too. You know, the Final Fantasy era 7 hungry. It made me, chase down the skies of Arcadia, and I fell in love with that. And it was just so awesome working on Vice. It would be my dream to continue to working on these. Hildebrand Jr., any feedback on Nintendo for Midnight yet? The answer is no feedback yet. Brenton Freely, when do you expect Solid Snake to start production? Probably in a... right now, it's gonna be basically slotted in after Mugen and Jin. That's the next one for that. So maybe in a month and a half, probably start casting. Maybe can start casting a bit earlier. With Luigi's Mansion remake just announced for 3DS, would it be a good time to ask the big end? The answer is I saw that with interested eyes as well. And the answer is roll on Vegas. Michael I, hey Alex and Chocks, not sure if we discussed this or it is inappropriate to be discussed here, but here are the questions. Why is it so difficult to obtain a license from Studio Ghibli? And the answer is we gave them a coin. They're like, what, you're serious? Oh shit, you were serious? Oh no. I can't remember. One of the times when we were going after licenses, Kanako hit up Studio Ghibli and they went, oh. I'm not sure if it was the right person. They were like, oh.
Try again.
Maybe. What was the initial response from Studio Ghibli when you first tried to obtain that? 3, are you going to try again in the near future? Maybe. 4, data or data? Data. Absolutely data. No data. Your data as well?
Yeah, I'm data. Data? Trying to be posh.
No, data is American spelling. An American pronunciation, isn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah, but that can't be right because the next generation, data's data.
Yeah. The character, yeah?
Yeah. Let me hear that.
Database.
Database.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Do you say...
No, I said database. I say database.
Data versus data.
What's the correct pronunciation?
Let me see. Do you guys say data or data? What do you say?
Michael,
I say it both ways.
Data.
Oh. Yeah, data, yeah. Who says data?
Nick says it in both ways.
All my lecturers are saying data. Oh, yeah. Australians definitely say data. Australians, my partner in Gaming Heads is from Australia when I was at Gaming Heads. All the data. I'm like, oh, the data. Oh, right, yes. Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about now.
This is database.
Database, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
With an Australian accent.
Absolutely. But of course, as always, there's always a shrimp on the barbie, right?
Shrimp on the
barbie. All right. Sarahir Juarez. Hello, how is progress on Phoenix? Right, actually coming along nicely. When can we start showing peaks of this progress development, or depending on how Phoenix Wire sells, would you consider making more statues of the characters from Ace Attorney? Absolutely. The Beat. Since F4F has previously produced a statue of WWE superstar Edge, I'm sure you're familiar with his famous 5-second poses. So for the benefit of those watching at home, could you and Chocks perform an amazing 5-second pose for us? What the fuck? Edge 5-second pose. Right, let me see what this shit looks like.
What does it look like?
Let's have a look. 5-second pose.
Who am I looking at? I'm looking at the guy on the left or the guy on the right? I'm looking at this guy?
That's Edge.
Yeah.
Isn't it the one that...
How long's this video?
Get on with your bloody pose, mate.
Yeah. What?
It's just that.
That it?
Well, you run into it, you just fall over. That's a...
What?
And just make sure that those are two 5-second, like that 5-second pose.
Why do they call it 5-second pose?
Like if you do that pose for 5 seconds, you probably can't get like taken out or something. What? I don't even know. It's any pose, is it?
I don't know.
I'm not even sure. Let me know next week which is the pose. There seems to be a bunch of different poses that they're doing. If any of you guys can show me which the actual poses, we can bust it out. You can bust it out, Alex, maybe. Where's my...
What?
My eyes are running. It's laughing too much. I got
Oh, your eye drops?
No, not eye drops.
Oh, tissue.
Do you guys know what I'm doing tomorrow, Chocks?
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
No, what?
I am playing a game of Talisman.
How? Where?
At Ryan's house.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played Talisman in 20 years. Of course, the first thing I said...
How did that came about?
Because he said he's got Talisman, right? And I saw it at his house. And I go, oh yeah, Talisman, I remember that. And then, like, the other day, he says, would you be up for playing some Talisman? We had a great time the first time, because he invited me the first time, I didn't go. And then I said, oh, I couldn't go. And then the second time, he goes, you know, we had a great time, would you join us? It's better with more players. So I said, sure. And the first thing I did was like, because it was like, he just brought me into a WhatsApp group, and I went, I'm going to mash you all. And then like 10 people came out to be like, no, you're not. I'm going to absolutely like, oh shit, I better look some YouTube videos, how to play this shit, yeah. I'll find out tomorrow. But apparently they last for 5 hours, right? It's like a board game, right?
Yeah.
It lasts for 5 hours, and you can go out turn 1. I'm like, latest motherfuckers. Let us know in the comments if you ever played Talisman.
Why just like playing poker for 5 hours.
No, I'm up for that as well.
Yeah.
Up for that as well. All right, cool. I don't even know how we got into that. Number 2, you mentioned that last week that Ivy or Cervantes are expected next in the Soul Calibur line up. What happened to Mitsurugi? I definitely didn't say Cervantes. Mitsurugi is still there. But some changes are going to be made. Number 3, we're taken off guard by the speed which your modern Amy Rose Poe hit 500. And I think, yes, I am. I didn't think it was going to do very, very well just because I just took it off the data of just regular Amy. As in modern, as in classic. So I was quite surprised, actually. Quite surprised indeed, bearing in mind that classic Amy's been limping. Sif versus Wolfling, 2 wolves enter, 1 wolf is left standing. Which is triumphant? Is it Wolfling with Midna? These things need to be specified. Let me know in the comments, with or without, and I'll give you my answer. Dean McDonald. If the fans are rallied, what are the chances of different masks for the life-size mask replica being made from Majora's Mask? It'd be incredible to have the full set of 4 transformation masks going alongside the Majora's Mask. I hope you are too well. Look forward to Q&As. As always, the answer to that is we already did. And the fans did already rally. I wrote one for the thing. But, you know, the thing with the Big N licenses is that there's so many different things pulling direction-wise that it has to be, you know, it's the answer is, if not now, then maybe in the future. That kind of scenario. James B, how is Kamina doing? Submitted today. Victor Villagreen, I wanted to ask about how modern Amy, now that we met our goal, but I guess someone already asked, what about Gravity Rush? Because I'm getting sick of people saying that that's not happening because another company are doing them. So, for example, if you get a lot of yes votes and Sony approved the licensing, will you do a statue even if this one company is releasing one? Also, quick note, I'm sure your statues will be much better than the other company's statue. Well, I appreciate the token of support. The answer to that is, how is that even doing? Let me see, Gravity Rush. 381. Now, the answer to that is, you know, of course, if there's enough people rallying, but what I wouldn't do is do it at the same time. So many other things to do. Why try and go at the same time? Jerome Van Up, what is the reason for those sculpted legs beneath Zelda and her dress? You'll never be able to see it when you have it on display. It's a good point. And the answer is...
Well, you can if you stick her on a glass shelving cabinet. If you don't put it... if you don't use the base.
If you don't use the base as well.
Let's say you put her on the top shelf of your IKEA Detolf glass shelf, right? Without using the base, you can see her sculpted legs.
And that is the reason. Chris Elliott, what are the chances?
We always admire statues at all angles.
Every angle.
That's good. That's the unique selling point, Jerome. When you sell your statues, tell them that you can see Zelda's sculpted legs at all angles.
There you go. I love that how these Q&As, you just... Every week's different. Honestly, I don't even know how we come up with this sort of stuff. Chris Elliott, what are the chances F4F will make a Finchy statue in the Dark Souls line? Or... Monya. We're just making sure all angles, my dear. We're just making sure you're still on the stream, Monya. A Finchy statue in the Dark Souls line, or some sort of swappable Finchy head for a Dark Souls player character statue. Prepare to try. We have a very comprehensive lineup. Finchy's not on there. RTF. Cassandra B. From earlier this week, I got part of my question answered. I know you can't sell Nintendo products in Japan. What other, if any, licenses are you unable to sell in Japan? And the answer is, I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any. Besides Big N.
The thing about Japan is because it's so difficult to sell there without a Japanese website, we never really even sort of considered it. And therefore, by default, we do sort of just write it off. Yeah, we sell to our license, a distributor there, and they do a great job with some of the stuff that we do.
Hopefully, it's something in the future.
Is it only Begin? I think it's only the Begin. Sega we can,
so.
Capcom we can.
From my records, I think it's just a Big N.
Konami we can. We can't for this one.
What about
this one? We can't. Hold on. Oh, this one we can't. This one we can't. Yeah, this one we can't.
Why not?
Because it's not. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, I'm not sure about that. This one we definitely can't.
Should.
Maybe we can. Actually, maybe we can't. This we definitely can't. Okay. And boo-hoo about that one. Yeah.
But we should like.
I'm not sure actually because I know it was done from whether or not it is. I need to actually check that.
Well, we could always speak to.
Sure. I believe I know someone from there. I believe you do as well. Have you hit that guy up, by the way?
I haven't yet. I would like to.
Fucking hit him up, yo.
I've got to hit so many people up.
Just next time he's in town, yo. Nick Smith. What is up, guys? Sorry it's been asked several times already, if it's been already, but how's our part boy, part monster Alucard doing? I hope the amount of initial pre-orders blew your expectations out of the park. Chocks.
What?
You are generally not a happy man. When it comes to
Mr. Smith.
Yeah, when it comes to sales, you're not a happy man. But we were happy with Alucard.
Well, I always have a number, and it surpassed that number, and I was happy with that.
There you go.
For what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So
our expectations.
Expectations gonna be more for the next one.
Right. So unless that's a representation of the benchmark being too low after the Simon sales, and therefore going over that benchmark.
Oh, well, I wouldn't really.
Versus, because you had to have had a benchmark in your mind through factors, and one of them would have been Simon sales. The other one would have been, buzz in general, whatever it may be. And
I factored that in because of that.
Yeah, sure. So when you factor that in, and you still had and we still see the sales that it is, and it surpassed it, you're happy. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic, and I'm very, very happy with how that's done out. And I'm super pumped, super motivated, and that's why you see me pushing hard on now on Dracula, etc., etc. So really excited about the future of that. I'm a little bit concerned about. I have really, really strong ideas for Dracula, strong ideas for Death. I'm concerned there's not going to be a one after that. Giovanni Comorio, would you guys consider making the other 3 Rings of Gwyn?
Who?
Plenty of other bummed out.
Did you answer Nick Smith's question?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
We're just talking about it.
Oh, this how's our part boy, part monster Alucard doing?
Yeah, that's what we're just talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're talking about the rings, if you're talking about our partnership with Torch, the answer is we don't have we don't know what their plans are. We can tell you that we will be partnering them for whatever they release, if that's all okay. And Jeff's sort of working nicely on that, so we don't have any influence on that. Robert Elliott, has Capcom expressed any interest in any more statues in the Phoenix Wright line? And are you waiting to see how Phoenix Wright sells? The answer is yeah, we want to see how Phoenix Wright does. 2, all jokes aside, how do the two of you and the stream watchers in general feel about the oddball questions I lob out on occasion? but actual thinking riddles, are they enjoyable, interesting for folks, or they're just annoying? No, I love them. Love them. I know last time it was Mary being a fish. Like it. Graham Jenkins, F4F is love, much appreciated. Gerards, what if on Friday either one of you gets ill? Is the stream then cancelled or run by one person or maybe something else? Now, Chocks is literally the most,
What?
like, he's like a moving bubble boy. Do you know what I'm talking about by bubble boy?
No, what?
A bubble boy or a bubble girl, it's like those things where people with maybe bad immune systems, whatever they are, they're like in this bubble,
Right.
and you go inside it,
Alright.
and it's like you get fed your food through a little hole.
Right.
It's like a transparent thing, right?
Right,
And it's like
right.
just because you're like worried about any bacteria outside or anything like
Right,
that. Yeah,
right,
let me see,
right.
what is it?
Bubble boy.
Let me see, what is it? Bubble boy. It's like in a bubble boy. Like, hold on.
What is it? Is it actually a film?
Yeah, there you go. Guys, it's a film, right?
Oh, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's like you.
Oh, right.
So in terms of worrying about getting any infections or anything like that. Now,
Right.
Chocks is like mad. No, not mad, but like crazy. Not crazy is the word, but really, really. So the point is, he doesn't ever get ill. As for me,
Superhuman.
As for me, there's been one stream where I've been like, Lord have mercy, can we get this fucking stream over with? And that was coming back from Vegas. Not Vegas, coming back
China.
from... Not from China.
It was, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was coming back from the one right after the... Because when did we get back? It would have been maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday. It would have been...
Not the Comic Con. right?
Comic Con. Jet lag. I couldn't stop yawning. Couldn't stop yawning.
That wasn't. No, one time from China, you had to have a Red Bull.
There was that. Well, yeah, sure. There's that as well. But well, it's been a year. I've not missed one yet as a result of that. Noah's Chocks.
Ain't got time to fall ill.
Yeah. It's going to be like something serious for it to not happen. If it does, probably they'd be cancelled then, wouldn't it? I guess.
Do what?
Cancelled, wouldn't it?
Guess so. Unless we join.
Live stream from our beds.
Yeah.
What's up, mate?
It's gonna be weird to play Who Dat, Who Dat. There's a delay on your side, my side.
Yeah.
You got your coins ready?
Absolutely. Do you have any inside information about where the next anime of season of Berserk will start? Nope. You said multiple quotes. You said you will receive multiple quotes for a statue production. Why multiple and how does it work? Well, we have a product and we make it and then we go, hey, how much? Hey, how much? Hey, how much? And then we go to like 3 or 4 factories and they come out with their quotes. And then we just look at their production schedule and we look about all the other factors. How's the quality of the stuff in the past? Have we worked with them before? What are their payment terms like? All that sort of stuff. So it's a juggling ball and then we have to make a decision based on all of those different factors. So the answer was yes. Multiple factories we run it by. When will we see the Pretty Lies of Guts exclusive at the preview Friday? Was it your decision on Nintendo's that the original clean looking Majora's Mask statue would not for sale anymore? Would you wanted both as a combo pack? I would love the combo pack. Let's not mention that to Joe Wall. He would have. He's already said he's going to offer me 5Gs for the OG, so I want to keep that offer still on the table. The answer is it was, of course, Nintendo's decision to do that. What already released pieces do you intend on bringing to Gamescom? The answer is not necessarily released in the marketplace, but more about shown. And the answer is I have no idea what we have, but maybe it will say the last 10 pieces that we have pre-ordered at Gamescom. For example, maybe we take Alucard. And just to reiterate, I get Chocks, we've got to probably say this a little bit better in our marketing moving forwards, is that this statue is only available for 2 weeks, but also at future cons. Now, the only places that we're planning to go to this year is going to be Anicom and Gamescom, if everything goes smoothly, right? But we should mention that in the in the
Product description.
and in the just in the marketing material. So the answer is when we go, if we take the last 10 to Gamescom, for example, right? Alucard will be one of those, assuming we haven't done more than 10 before we get to August, right? So Alucard would be an example of of something that we would take orders on there. Bearing in mind it's all been closed for everything else. Of all the orders, only 75% are made. Are you planning to make the remainder of the statues and sell them on eBay as a secret retirement plan? The answer is only, not in terms of secret retirement plan on eBay, although that's quite a funny idea. It's more about stuff that hasn't really had a chance to go up in price and value, because, like, for example, Sif and Fighter Kirby, those are two examples of going back and finishing them off. David Turnbull, I'm new here. Yo, what's up? Not sure if this is the right place to ask, but has there been any talk about requests from Mother Brain, perhaps from Super Metroid? Where do I get info on what's been already been proposed and propose something for myself? Well, welcome to the club, and the answer to that is lots of people have been asking for Metroid-related stuff. You're in good company. There's a lot of Metroid fans in the group, as by the number of various orders. And in terms of what's to propose and all that sort of stuff, Sunday, I should say, is the time to do that. But you'll be in a lot of... we have Metroid plans. That thing that I've been working on Metroid-wise has been kicking my ass. Have you seen...
Has it?
The back
I
and
thought
forth?
it was going smoothly, wasn't it?
Well, first of all, I got a thingy to start with it, and then he did it, and I was like, right, fuck that. Let's start all over. Like, don't do this. You're not good enough for that.
Right.
As in, you're stronger in different styles,
in different
right?
areas,
Different areas.
Yeah.
Then I got, and it's still, if you look through, it's just like a little bit of change here, a little bit of change there, but it's the accuracy. And so if you see this design here, it's sort of
I get the feeling,
overall you could say it looks. I don't want to click on it just in case it appears. No, it won't do. No, it shouldn't do. Oh, don't worry.
No,
But no. But it's just like move that a millimeter like that and that sort of stuff, and that's like because it's a different kind of thing. Andy Carver, are there any chances of getting any Square Enix license at this point? It seems that gaming has a Tomb Raider and Just Cause. Since you have a good relationship with them, can you get the hook up, or won't you pursue anything for them due to the relationship? Is there a different story because it's developed by Platinum Games and you're doing Bayonetta? And the answer to that is Square Enix Japan and Square Enix Europe, I should say, or Western, like IDOS recreation, those that came out of IDOS, they're different, if that makes sense. And but I really don't know anything about. I haven't spoken to Square Enix for 13 years, and we were micro potatoes back then. We are still micro potatoes. Who knows what the response will be? But based on 400 votes, I ain't doing anything. Is it 400 still?
Thereabouts.
424. Not bad. Troy Blair.
Still one more.
What?
How many questions you answered?
I answered all.
Yeah, so okay.
Is it near different story? Yeah, so. The answer is I don't know. We have to ask. Troy Blair, would you consider making a Hyrule Shield and a Master Sword for the Legend of Zelda? Sure. We'd love to do that. Any chance, Chris Kim? Any chance of making Kenshin's Hiko Seijuro statue in the future? Well, we did Kenshin already for TT. They did it quite poorly, didn't it?
Oh. Hard to get high numbers. It's very
Yeah, okay, it's positive, it's 284 versus 282, so the answer is, would there really be much difference between the different characters? Let me know what you think. But the answer is if the main dude can't even get high numbers, it's very unlikely, I guess. Mark Johnson, hey guys, any more excited for Majora's Mask to hit? The UK question this week is what is it looking like? What is more looking like to hit first, the TF Midna or Shaker Slate? Midna. Will Bowser and Shaker and Snake hit production around the same time? Possibly. They're different factories. How's Banjo looking? Tight. Love the show, fellas. It's up there with Game of Thrones. Do not kill me, okay? And I won't kill you. And then perhaps we will be.
Maybe we need to add the theme tune to the Game of Thrones. Just rename it. The intro scene. We'll just have different. We'll just have the headquarters there.
Yeah.
And different factories popping up.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Wall's here. Joe, did you hear what I said about the? Joe, did you read what I said about the Majora's Mask? Hear what I said about Majora's Mask?
I think he joined around about that time.
No, did he? So maybe
Yeah.
you heard it.
He came in for the snake numbers.
Cool. Alex Hughes, loving the Shiranui pictures. Nice one. Damn you, I was going to skip Shira before seeing it. How are you going to convince me to give my Reg 3 for X? Easy. Easy peasy. Don't give up Reg 3. Get both. First 10 people to reply to Chocks' shout out. Let me see that image. We have shout out to Cosmo Carter. Bada bing to Chris Kim. Shout out to Alex Davis.
Yeah, that's why I didn't give you a love heart there.
What? I'm totally taking that off. I get a shout out to myself. I was there at the right time.
Who gave you the angry face?
Probably Sean. who gave me the angry face?
Bit of a delay on my machine.
Your lovely machine. Now you click it.
Oh.
Jake Mayer, how's it going? Shout out to Jerome Van Erp. Alex Hughes, bada bing, bada boom. Darcy Webb, how's it going? Nana Say in the house. Mr. Windish, who also got himself 500 reward points today. Yasin Luna, last but not least, Sean Wiggett, how's it going? Who gave me the angry face?
Quinn.
Morton Richard, Scovdal. Can we have an extra stand for the sword shield for Alucard? No plans. Aiden Wood, what is your favourite part of the whole process of making a statue? Getting the license, making the 3D, painting it, finally finishing it, selling it if it's doing well. Greg Michalowski Jr., are you happy with the early estimates or looking for Alucard? Absolutely. How about the Richter Bowls? Not happy with that. Looking forward to Death Dracula. Thank you. Me too. I will be streaming part 3 tonight. Nice one. Make sure you guys check it out. Gregor the Game, Martin Cagnoli. My first Q&A. What time does it start? I've seen you on the thread. So on the stream. So nice one. Giovanni Comorio, have you decided what to do in regards to Nito? Keeping him the scale seems to be what people want, while others think it's too big and expensive. Probably gonna scale it down a little bit. He is probably a bit. What I will try and do is see how close we are to getting the depth the same as Ornstein. Nana Say, a bit of a long question about variants, specifically variants of how you plan to launch after original pre-orders as such. Shadow, Fido, Kirby, Black, Green, Shovel Knight, yeah. Alucard's Cape, yeah. So I wanted to introduce, I know you want to introduce these lines to help save the niche lines, and I have accepted Fido, Kirby, and Shovel Knight as missed opportunities that came out before the nice line variant concept. However, I didn't anticipate this method to be used for Alucard, as niche line variants have been on your radar for a while now. As they launch after the initial pre-order, they almost feel like reprints. Same scope, release later. On the concept of reprints is extremely unpopular, and this is teetering right on the edge of that. So I will ask, will launching niche color variants on the original pre-order become a standard practice in the future where applicable? Or are you planning to eventually have every variant available during the original pre-order to offer their preferred color variant for a single sculpt all at once? If it will become standard practice, when will you draw the line to avoid reprint territory? Fighter Kirby is almost a year old, so will much older sculpts be up for consideration for the variant treatment in the future? Okay, good questions. That was a long question, and the answer to that is, if you are in, first of all, why are you against reprints, and why are we against reprints? Because it hurts the integrity of the final production numbers of that particular thing. So I put that to one side. I never think that we will do that. We haven't done it so far. We're not going to do it anytime soon. Variance has been something that is bordering between saving lines and also whether or not, and I agree with you, it's right on the edge. But I also think that if what is the reasoning for not liking it? Now, I would be really pissed off if I was a consumer, Chocks, and I had to buy a variant to keep my number. Say I'm all up in a number for a line, right? And I have number 10 of Alucard, right? And I come out with the Crystal Cloak 6 months later, and I really want my number 10 of Dracula, which comes out 8 months later.
Right.
So 2 months after the Alucard. And I told you guys, I said, and I had to, because First of Figures is saying, in order to keep that number 10, I need to keep Dracula. For Dracula, I need to buy the Crystal Cloak. I will feel forced to buy that. And I will feel that it is really me in order to keep my number, and I'm being forced by the company. That would not happen. The concept of telling people, and I also agree, it's nice to know all the variants possibilities at the time for pre-order, and the answer is sometimes it doesn't come that way because people want them later, or we don't think about it, or we don't do it. But likewise, even if we did think about it, it doesn't make sense to do them all at once because those that do want the variants can't have the variants. Now, if the reservation for the variants is because you feel like it's a cash grab, okay, that's fair enough. But that for me is not really a high on the list of my concerns. I think that is, if it's all about, oh, I want to have my numbers being lower numbers of edition sizes, and you don't like them coming in to devalue the first one, even though it's not the same, I'm less concerned about that. That's what I think. I think if you can let people know ahead of time, it would be ideal. So if we take, for example, there's also a difficulty when it comes to the timing. So if you, as you said, a good example would be Fighter Kirby, right? Would we make a Shadow Kirby Fighter Kirby? And the answer is a Shadow Fighter Kirby, bearing in mind Fighter Kirby is already out there. The way I see it is, if enough people rally for it, I don't see why not. If you say that you have to have that Fighter Kirby variant of Shadow Kirby in order to get the same number for Warp Star, that's a bang out of order, and I wouldn't say you had to do that. So for me, it can become standard practice. I don't really have too much of an issue with that, and I think it will come for more of a I think it may very well do. I think, Chocks, the whole idea of collecting, I think what's happened is there's going to be there used to be a mentality in collectors, and this is maybe more the hardcore collectors, and maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. This is what I felt before, Chocks. So you've been in the game a long time. Maybe not so much in the resin game, but certainly in the collecting game. Now, you're probably quite used to tons and tons of variants in the PVC realm, right? That happens time and time again. This convention, that convention has a different version, right?
Convention exclusive.
Right. So that's quite standard for you. So maybe you have a different view of this. But there used to be a time, quite a long time ago, 5 years ago, I would say, that people would collect people would collect every single thing that comes out.
Sure.
Okay? To have a complete line.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with the pricing rising as it is, more and more people are being selective, and they realize they can't get every single thing. So many options are out there from other companies, and so many options are out there in terms of general, in all sort of choices, that it makes it harder to buy everything. And therefore, it's not the whole idea of being a completist is far less of an issue now than it was 5 years ago, if that makes sense, right? So the answer is, how would you feel if you didn't know about that variant later on? It's the way it is. Now, we try to let you know ahead of time, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't really have, you know, I see Nana says he would be pissed off. He said, what if I buy the Twilight and then I see the Crystal Cloak and I want it more? I'm going to be pissed off or have to buy the same sculpt again. Then don't buy the Oh, if you buy the Twilight, but what happens if I told you that there's going to be a Crystal? Again, it's to do with the timing on that. Sorry, I can't really help you there. That's just, there are certain considerations that we put into, and there are different factors, and maybe what we could do is, like, if we had, maybe what we do, so it's all to do with when we release the product as well. Like, if we put up, let's say let's say we take green Shovel Knight as an example, right?
Right.
Let's take the ones specifically and look at them specifically. Green Shovel Knight, let's get that up for pre-order, right? Before Shovel Knight is released. And when we put it up for pre-order, we say, if you don't want it, so if you want it instead of one of your other ones, like instead of Ornate or something like that, we can let them change it. When I say let them change it, you know, I mean get their money back and change, well, not change it, cancel their order and get their refund, and then they place another order. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's one way to deal with something that's in production. That's quite easy. I mean, not production, something that's in not being released. Okay. So I think we could do that same thing for Alucard and a Crystal Cloak, for example, if we were to do that. Right. So that will allow people like Nana say, who was like, oh, I bought the Twilight, but then you released the Crystal and I really want that one. Or should we say the what's the green one again? It's the Emerald Coke.
Like, what happens if something down the line when the green isn't out, and then the blue one comes, like a red one comes out, and they'd be like, oh, now I don't like the green one. I want the blue. I want the red one.
Well, you know, and that's another consideration as well.
It's going to be a never-ending thing, because there's always going to. Sometimes it's really hard to see variants for a particular character, because let's say a DLC comes out, and it has a different color, but it's the same thing.
Well, it's also like saying, hey, I bought this car and now there's a new updated model in three months' time. What happens there? It's just, maybe if you knew that it was coming up.
If we knew.
Yeah, but sometimes you just don't know.
You just don't know. Yeah. So like, if if one scenario say, hey, we're gonna do the pre-orders. If we knew that it's an old game and it had 10 different colors, and we do a pre-order and go, here you go, guys, pre-order 10 different colors. First of all, some collectors are going to be very hard to collect all 10 in one go, and it's going to be a nightmare production-wise, right? The numbers are going to be really shitty.
Chocks need some more Red Bull.
I've already had
Elven Cloak, thank you, Alex.
Third Red Bull in a day. But anyways, but that's going to be that's going to be tricky in one aspect. But if you do the variants later on, we could say, hey, potentially there could be, we got to drill in the concept that each character could have a potential variant down the road.
So what did I say? Alex said he said that.
But if they're numbered differently and it doesn't affect.
As long as people know there could be different variants down the road, 99% of people are happy with that, and it's cool when limited variants come out 12 months later down the line and they've had no idea. People get pissy.
Right.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Well. And
it's always all about timing and spacing. It's not like, okay, we do a launch now, and when the last chance weekend finishes, we'll go, here you go, guys. There's a variant. Boom. That would piss people off. It was like, it's like. You see a product on Amazon at full price. You bought it today. Next day, tomorrow, it's 90% off. You'll be pissed off, right? It'd be like, shit, why didn't Amazon let me know in advance, whatever. But sometimes, if you hit...
Flash sales are flash sales.
Yeah. But sometimes if you hit Amazon, they're quite friendly and go, okay, go, I can hear you. You only just bought it like 2 hours ago. And then they'll say, okay, I'll give you the discount at that new price. But if you say like some items, that's why you have these yearly con exclusives, right? It's like you wait 1 year, you know that there's going to be a variant in that year. And I can understand that. And, there's always going to be new guys that just wants to join in. They only just found out the product.
Sure.
Right? So this year, you might know about Shovel Knight, but someone else won't. Come next year, someone might say, "Oh, I just picked up Shovel Knight. I really want it, but I missed out the OG blue."
Yeah.
But I know there's going to be a red one and a green one, and it just so happens that I really enjoyed choosing that color in that game. I didn't actually want the blue one, so the red one for them would have been a perfect timing for them.
Right.
So to those new guys that just picked up Shovel Knight, they'll be like, "Oh, perfect! I actually wanted the red one."
Yeah. I mean, the reality is we have a very inclusive mentality here at F4F, where it's like open edition sizes for 2 weeks and all that sort of stuff, and it's not about the first 300 pieces, and then it's sort of it's sort of like all that.
I see there's more. I can see both sides.
Of course, I can see both sides.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
I feel like there's more pros because we're always about giving everyone a chance to pre-order products. And let's say if next year, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just say next year there's going to be a red variant of a Shovel Knight. Someone might come along and say, "Yeah, perfect, I wanted that." And the guys that previously are completists, just collecting the Shovel Knight line, be, "Oh yeah, awesome! Just release one every year. I can pick one up every single year." And I just think there's more pros than negatives. I mean, if you don't like variants,
it depends on where you're looking from it. If
how
you're
you're
looking
looking
about it, oh, my original OG is going to go down in value.
it won't though because it's a totally different thing.
Well, I mean, I'm saying
It's a blue.
If depending on what you're thinking, I'm not saying what actually will happen. Is what
Right.
you may perceive and what you may
Sure.
think, right? So that's sort of fuck. Has it already been almost 3 hours? You haven't done fucking who dat? Can I fucking get through this shit? The answer to that
I
is,
think I need a slash.
oh my god, there's so many more.
Be right back, guys.
So I think the answer to that is, yeah, you might see it becoming more and more. I don't see it becoming a reprint territory, but I certainly can understand as if we let people know about variants ahead of time, it's certainly as well as we can. It's a tough one. It's certainly a fine line, and I agree. It's something that definitely is interesting to me. All right, Alex Walker. What is up, guys? Any words on Darksiders? Also, Dead Space Isaac numbers are growing nicely. Yeah, no, Isaac Clarke's is doing better than Dead Space Darksiders now. There's no news on that. Very slow for Dracula, but I'm hoping there'll be a variant with black hair like Netflix series. Wouldn't need a sculpt change though, just a different paint job. Yeah, I mean, if we were to do a black hair version, that would just be a paint change, which probably be sort of make sense for an exclusive, I guess. What would 2B... Also, would 2B be a 1/4 if the Nier is successful? And SE says yes. Well, the answer is... Haven't really thought about it. Could it be a... I'm getting more and more interested in the idea of being... It really sort of depends. If it's something that I think is going to be quite a popular license, we can go dynamic 1/4, but more expensive. Otherwise, we go static 1/4, but cheaper. Or 1/6 dynamic and sort of environmental bases, expensive. Those are the three choices, and it's hard to say. It's really more about what is the finger on the pulse of the licenses themselves. Ronnie Gerard, did you know about the Okami HD Switch Edition? Nope. It was nice to see, though. Very, very nice. Mr. Windish, so what's the story behind Mario Chess game by F4F? I've seen this in the shops, but without F4F logo. Thank you. P.S. Why is Luigi the queen? So, this is going back a long time ago, and I think there were 2 examples of OG partnerships. The first one was USAopoly Mario Chess Set game. That's theirs. USAopoly's.
Have I missed anything?
That was... No. USAopoly... Did I or did I not say that it was USAopoly's? I'm not sure if it was misleading or not. Did we say that we were partnering with USAopoly? Did we say that we made it? I don't think that we would have said that we made it. I can't remember. It was 12 years ago. But we never made it. It was never for us to make. But our supplier never gave it to us in the end. They couldn't get it because it was in a UK company. They couldn't get it from USAopoly, and therefore we didn't get it. Therefore we cancelled it. But the answer to that is, I don't think we ever said that it was our stuff. I don't believe we did. I can't remember for sure, and I would like to think we didn't because that would be kind of cheeky. The second one we did was a Triforce Gears of War Locust drone maquette 1-to-1. bust. Do you guys remember that? That was the second time we ever did a partnerships. The first or second, one of those two partnerships were the first and second ones of those. Let me know if you remember those. That is, I think those are the two examples. So that was a partnerships, but it wasn't really called partnerships back then. Billy Ogle, when...
Oh. What would really piss people off is, let's say you do an ultimate edition of a particular character, and then you come back and say, here's an ultimate edition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because some people would have thought, hey, I want my character to be one and done with, right? Because it's supposed to be an ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
That's a whole different thing.
Wait, what?
When you say do an ultimate edition, right, an ultimate set, a particular character with interchangeable all the bells and whistles to it, right? And then all of a sudden you come down later months down the road and come back with another ultimate pack.
Oh, the same character?
Same character, but just different.
Different pose?
Right.
Like Fierce Data Link version 2?
Well, like Fierce Data Link version 2.5. So you
Because
always constantly adding stuff, and that would piss people off.
Wait, but let's be very clear. Are you talking about an ultimate, which is the same as the ultimate, but with even more stuff?
Right.
Then no. If you're talking about an ultimate, i.e., it's a different it's a different pose and a different statue completely.
Well, that's a different thing then.
But then,
yeah,
that would have ultimate.
I'm just saying that would piss people off.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that one.
I was thinking about that when I was having a slash.
What are you thinking of the slash? Did you use the tissue paper to open the door?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. I'm Bubble Boy.
Let's see who gets sick first.
Yeah. Alex,
What? Yeah, we don't go there.
Billy Ogle, when you were creating Gravity Suit Samus and knowing the small numbers created, did you have any idea it would become one of the F4F Holy Grails? No idea whatsoever. And the fact is, we didn't even make the full edition size, so it's even more holy of holies.
Holy.
Anthony Elizard, what Castlevania life-size prop would you want to make, Alex? Alucard shield. That would be nice. I love the design. So beautiful. Mainly that. And maybe some more pixelated chicken. Chris Hart, any plans for the Spyro PVC to go with the Crash 1? Well, we've been trying. No success yet. Timothy Milano, any news on All Might and TT for Calamity Ganon? No news on All Might, apart from that it's complicated, and TT for Calamity Ganon is not really high on the radar. I haven't sort of seen that get particularly much rallying on Fun Day. Have you seen that? Calamity Ganon.
Couple of times. Not much, but a couple of times.
But you know, Zelda needs to be like drowning in noise.
Sure. I know.
To sort of it's not against other guys, it's against itself, if that makes sense, yeah? Nermin Neko Mamutovic, that's a new name. Any specific picking order in the DS line? I would like to be awesome to complete the Gwyn's 4 nights first before doing bosses and other NPCs. Nope, there's no specific order to them. Nick Smith, I'm the worst at making decisions of any kind. Y'all think there's still a decent enough time to jump on the waitlist for Ornstein? Absolutely.
Jump on it.
Mona Lisa, when are you going to give me True Form Midna, Alex? And which True Form Midna would you find the most possible to make at this point? Well, only the truest of the forms. If you could personally choose one True Form Midna, which would you personally rather make? Well, the truest of the forms. And oh yeah, I will never favor Princess Zelda over Midna. Ever. Good to know. She said on the stream, she's going to mash me. Ashley Liang, any more news for TF Midna? All you need to do is ask Mona Lisa. She knows everything there is about TF Midna. She's been following her very, very closely. Michael Pilot, good morning, guys. The answer, by the way, for you, Mona, just in case, is I would love to do BOTW. She has such a beautiful design. The other one would be Skyward Sword, then OOT. Just because, you know, she looks so amazing in those. Is she on stream?
Yes.
Hi, Monia. Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is Michael Pilot. Since CNY is over and must be unrelated, have you had a managed to contact Funimation to sneak Alphonse? The answer is we've almost finished painting him up for the changes, so we're just going to submit that and hopefully get something a little bit more back then. I will, once I get that submitted, I will then ask them to show it. Last we heard, Alphonse PO was set for Q2. That's undetermined. Any news on that? Unlikely. This morning you showed Nito's size and estimated SRP. How does Alphonse compare to both the size and the estimated SRP? Not discussing at this stage yet. After Alphonse goes live, how long do you think it will take for Edward to go up for pre-order? Probably about 6 months. In a fight to the death, who would win, Alphonse or Wrath? Alphonse. Nice. How nice would it be to be able to use alchemy in real life? What would be the first thing that both Alex and Chocks would transmutate? I'd get myself some more lolly.
Really?
Yeah, so I can invest in becoming bigger potatoes. As much as I can.
Why don't you just transmute yourself into a bigger potato?
Never thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm on a keto diet, I can't have potatoes.
Get rid of all the...
F4F core is about to take a whole different meaning of core meaning. Mona Lisa's angry. Alright. Nick Smith. Oh crap, one more sorry. Majora's Mask is shipping at the end of the month to the Americas or April. Forgive me for being dumb and lazy. The answer is hopefully we can sort of do it towards the end of the month. This month. Hunter. What are your thoughts on the Dead Space TT being close to 700? Currently 683. What number does it need for it to be hit for you to look into the further? The answer is the higher the better. The higher the better. It's hard to deny anything at 750, 800, right?
There's quite a lot of mid-tiers. There's quite a lot of like mid-60s.
Mid-600s,
mid
yeah.
600s, yeah. A good 4 or 5 TTs.
It's not rising to the top quite yet. And they're pushing each other up, which is good.
Yeah, it's good. Good.
Brendan Wynn. With low edition size for Shovel Knight, does that deter you from pursuing the lines like Shantae and other indie games? The answer is... Got variants? Brennan, Nick Smith, guys, it's only 63 damn degrees in my apartment right now, and spring is too busy dicking around. Should I turn on my heat? Yeah, I'll go for it. Heat yourself up, mate. Cedric Bardo, I almost forgot it was Friday. Don't worry, I didn't ask anything guts related. Question for you both: is there anything that really annoys you? The same questions from you every time? No, I love it, mate. Do you have a rough estimation of the size of the certain bloody figure? Measurements were given
for what?
For Guts already at the New York Comic Con, I'm pretty sure. Kevin Bookbinder, government question. What's the deal with Hong Kong and China? Is Hong Kong an independent country from China, or is Hong Kong part of China? The answer is Hong Kong is part of China. It's under what we call a one country, two systems policy. And that basically means that there was going to be zero change for 50 years in the sort of democratic process and all that sort of stuff for Hong Kong. It's kind of been a little bit eroded, but essentially they are very separate. And Hong Kong enjoys quite a lot of different freedoms that is not currently enjoyed in China. So they're very, very different cultures as well. But Hong Kong is not an independent country. Any chance to get a link to the past or a link in between world style resin? Chucks would be all up for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll be up for that.
Darcy Webb, yo, a couple of classic Crash questions for you. Will he be expensive? Will he come with any parts? Yes. JB, if freedom is being able to do what you want, do wild animals have more freedom than humans? Have you seen the lack of shame of them rutting in the streets, mate? I'd love to do some of that. Michael Pilot. Any chance for a 1-to-1 Alphonse? I could and would wear it to conventions to promote F4F. The answer is RTF. That would be pretty cool to work with. Versus cosplay, yeah? I would go for LARPing. What you need to do that is use... I've done some research into this, and I made a few things in this. It's called... Maybe something we could look into, right? I've made some helmets like this as well before, and another lifetime, and that was condensed foam. That's like LARPing material right there. Just paint it beautifully, and you can fool even the most discerning eye. Alex Hughes, if we go all the way to Hudak, can I get my Shiranui reg for free? 8K gives you $80. I'll give you certainly no. How about this? Chocks? Yes. 8K.
Yeah.
Level up any statue for free.
Level up.
Not 8K. 8K is 8K.
Right. If you win the next one.
Yeah.
How's the next one?
You can go to 16K or any statue for free.
By playing what?
We have to figure out what the odds are. Yeah. 1 coin. 5 hands? 6 hands?
1 coin, 10 hands.
Should we worry about that when anyone ever gets to 8K, right? Let's make it up on the spot. Gregor Mikulowski, Richter is at 253. I understand that you have to hit 500, but 253 in 3 days, I think that's pretty good. Why are you not happy about that? You're right, it's good in 3 days, but I'm worried that it's... I think that... Greg, keep an eye on this. Every week, come back to me and tell me where we are for Richter, because I see a trajectory that it's now flatlined. So I'm worried that in 1 month's time, it's not going to be 300. In 5 months' time, it's not going to be 400. That's what I'm worried about, because the trajectory is just flatline. That's what I'm concerned about. It's never about the first one. It's about that. That's what I'm worried about. Last week, Cedric asks, I asked what annoys you about 1 week, but this week I meant it in general, like people who make chewing noises. What annoys me? Guys auctioning my a license plate that's nothing to do with them really annoys me.
Trying to outbid you, huh?
Yeah.
Who could that be?
Yes, 183. What else really annoys me?
It's probably that guy that lives across your road, right? Who drives the same car. Actually, is that 183? Which direction is 183? The house is here.
138.
Right? Is it 138 or 138?
Yeah,
Which is it? That
yeah,
way?
yeah, he's over there. Yeah.
Let's check him out tonight. Let's check out 138. What car does he drive?
Michael, like, can you please see the Ghibli initial response? There you go. All right, boom, done.
Whoo!
Bloody hell! It's already been 3 hours. We haven't done who that.
Hold on. What's next? Give out some shout outs. Right, shout out to Castlevania public group. It's just Castlevania. I believe over 10k, 11k of members in there. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for letting us post some posts in there, you know, celebrating Alucard, etc, etc. Thanks for checking that out. And also thanks for Castlevania International. Again, thanks for giving us a shout out. You know, gave you guys a shout out in the club as well. So if you're a Castlevania fan, make sure to check them guys out. Join their club. You know, keep an eye out. Anything Castlevania related, keep those comments going, feedbacks. We will always go in there and check those comments out. So hopefully keep on growing that community. Test. Right. We're going to choose 4 winners today. Episode 61.
Is anybody going to get anything, Chocks?
Ah, wow. There's got to be someone out of 4. I'm assuming they're going to walk away as well.
Alright, guys, it's going to be quite easy. You know this?
Yeah. What's the proper name again? I know which one it is.
That's it.
But
And then,
I know he's got. I know he's got. Yeah.
Yep, okay. Alright, guys. We're going to do the who dat now, and make sure you have tested all of that good stuff out. And all I need is the
Character name.
the first name. That's giving it a little bit away there. Alright, here we go, guys. In 3, 4 lucky winners, right? So you've got to be, it should be pretty straightforward.
Ryan, everyone's saying test us just to make sure that the messages are working.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Who dat?
That's quite
It's
an
obvious.
easy one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, mate, you think I want to bloody take this for long? I'm trying to giving them an easy one. Who dat? Keep an eye on that, Chocks.
Yeah, I knew someone was gonna say that. I knew someone was gonna say
Yeah?
that. Yeah. I knew it.
Who dat?
Hey, bud.
Who dat?
Hey, buddy. We've got some gang and a hang and a goodie and a journey and a Captain Hook, a traveller. We've got a journey. I say journey. We've got a Red Baron. We've got Guybrush, got Traveller, we've got Journey.
Who dat?
Jane, we've got Red Baron. Skull Kid, a Traveller. War. Yeah, let me see.
Who dat?
Come on, guys. We've got Garen, we've got Dr. Stange. Dr. Stange? We've got Axe Kid, got Reggie. Doctor Strange.
Alright, I'm gonna make it easy now because I ain't got time for this shit.
We've got that guy.
Who dat? For God's sake, get it right. Who dat?
Come on, guys. Is it from Castlevania? Samantha.
Who dat?
Done.
Wesley. Do it for Lucy. Do it for Celine. Think of Celine. Think of Lucy. You're first up. Well done on getting that right. We also have Chris Hildebrand Jr. is up for big damage. We got JB and Alex P. Done. Congrats. It is time.
Alex P before JB.
No, JB first.
No.
JB.
Alex B further down.
Alex P.
Can you scroll down?
Here, and then here. And then, yeah, Hildebrand. Then Jeremy. Then Alex P.
Ah.
Okay?
Alright then.
Yeah? Well, it doesn't matter. They're all getting,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who goes first. They're all getting it.
Oh,
God, it's taking so long to appear on your screen.
I don't look at my screen anymore because it's never showing the right stuff.
God, look how slow that is on yours.
It's my laptop, that's why.
Me, then Chris.
Who said that? We just going by our screen.
Just go by our screen. Oh, got Guybrush here.
Yeah. Yeah, but keep going down.
Yeah. She was after, right? Guybrush.
The Chris.
Yeah. Where do we
Well,
see?
Chris, and then we see Jeremy, and then we see Alex.
Yeah. And where is
Lydia's
is higher
further
up?
back,
She's
yeah.
higher up. Oh, thank God Angela didn't know who it was, because my God, she's the queen of who that. Thank God she didn't win it, because I didn't want to be cleaned out. All right, let's do it, Chocks. We got it.
All right. That's right, Brenton. We just chose 4 winners.
All right, Wesley. It is time for who that
Yeah.
for a chance to win 500 war points. Is it hand number 1, 2, 3, or 4? Think of Celine, think of Lucy, then choose wisely. Let us know in the comments. 1, 2, 3, or 4 for a chance to win 500 war points. Chosen. For 5th, it's a 75% chance. Martin says 3. Tabitha's 1. Wesley says number 3. Well, I can tell you, Wesley, if you've chosen hand number 1, you'll be sitting there on 500 war points. If you had chosen hand number 2, you'll be sitting on 500 war points. But because you decided not to do that, I don't know why Chocks is not showing you this. In 3, 2, 1, you are correct. Why are you not showing me it?
Because you did this to me.
Yeah.
You put 2 coins in my
You
one
can
hand.
move it around
No,
and
it
like
doesn't.
pretending
You gotta
it.
be sure. I don't know what you put on your hand.
But if I've given you 2, I must only have 1.
You
It
should
doesn't
try-
matter,
You
right?
should try and put it on my right hand, correct hand.
But it doesn't, like, think about it, right? I don't need to know what hand you put them in because you got them in both. You should have them in both.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna do with it. I don't know
all
what
I
you're gonna
knew
do.
is
You
this
always
is-
just put 1
all
coin
I
in
know,
my
this
hand.
is the name.
Keep it nice and simple.
Wait. Point 1 coin in your hands. Oh, wait,
Put
you
1
double
coin on
bluffing. All right, here we go. Okay,
Just
here
do
we
it
go.
properly.
Okay. Now we have 2 coins. Here
Right,
we go. Right, there you go. All right, in 3, 2, 1, boom.
That's not right. You. Oh man, Jesus.
All right, 3,
Yeah.
2.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? It was you just normally won.
Are you sure now? Yeah.
Who normally won?
We mean home normally won.
Who's normally one hand in this scenario?
Are we? What round are we playing now?
Second round.
We're second round.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just 1 hand for me.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then cool. 3, 2, 1. Boom. That's what I thought.
Apologies, guys.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's been a while, right? Because we didn't do it the last week, did we?
All
We forgot how to do it. It's been 2 weeks. All right, Wesley, you're up for a chance to win 1,000 war points. Good luck for this. Hand number 1, 2, or 3 for a chance to win 1,000 war points. Think of Celine and think of Lucy. No need to guess again for 1,000 points. Of course, you could walk away.
I can walk away with
Of course
1,000
you could walk
points.
away- You could walk away with 1,000 war points.
It ain't gonna be in this hand.
Set of boundaries. Wesley's gone for number 3. All right. I can say if you went for hand number 1, you would have been sitting there with 1,000 war points. But did you think about Lucy? Did you think about Celine? Obviously not, because denied.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, arguing works.
Distracting, right? Yeah. Sorry about that. It looks like Wesley level 2 and died.
Yeah, but he never finished level 2.
So you have to go. He got to level 2 and died. He got to level 2 and walk away, right? So level 2 and died. Hildebrand. Junior. For a chance to win 100.
We're doing this again.
Yeah, we're doing this again, right? Okay. It just doesn't matter, does it? Because I've given you 2 coins, right? Obviously. Yeah.
Do I go like that?
Yeah, of course.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. I've given you 2 coins, right?
All right.
All right. Okay. For a chance to win.
Oh, stopped.
No, it hasn't. It's still going. It's just your thing. Yeah. So Chris Hildebrand Jr. for a chance to win 500 war points. You got a 75% chance. Is it hand number 1, 2, 3, or 4? That even makes sense. 1, 2, 3, or 4 for a chance to win 500 war points. MJP says 4.
Come on, Chris. You and I usually get along.
Lower the light, he hasn't given him 2 coins. Am I double bluffing? Carol says 2, but what does Mike say, Carol?
Carol trusts me.
Chris Hildebrand Jr. is going for number 4. I can tell you, if you'd gone for hand number 1, you would have got yourself 500 war points. If you'd gone for hand number 2, you would have got yourself 500 war points. See that, Alex P? I would never lie. Just remember that when it's your turn, because all I can say is it's going to be your turn very soon. Because D9, he would have ran Junior out on the first one. OMGE. How many? Can you just walk me through it, Chocks?
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going.
Oh, he's a winner.
No. Oh, he won. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like it's like 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 to actually walk away with points. See, Alex P thinks it'd be so easy to take out a poker. The double bluff, you'd be like, yeah. Like, yeah, mate, honestly. I had no idea about the Dark Souls remaster, honestly. All right, here we go. We have... Alex is savage today. All right, here we go. We have, in 3, 2, 1... Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
You know what?
Yeah, of course, mate.
I can do whatever...
Yeah, you can do what you want, mate.
I can do what I want, yeah?
I have the ability to look this direction and look that direction and then show you that I have that. I know exactly what's up, right? Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what's up. Yeah, exactly.
Which hand?
Yeah, I got it. Who's up? JB. He's up for the slaughter. I mean, he's up for the winnings. All right, JB, let's go. Let's get that 16,000 points so I can hit up Suda for that Travis touchdown. Let's go. Hand number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4 for a chance to push that no more heroes. The random number generator better work. He's going to be using random number generator. All right, he's gone for hand number 1. I can tell you, if you've gone for hand number 4, you would have got yourself 500 war points. If you've gone for hand number 2, you would have got yourself 500 war points. But no, you decided to play it tight. And you went for hand number 1. In 3, 2, 1. Nice.
Shouldn't have given me that coin.
Absolutely. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! For a chance to win 1,000 points. You can walk away with 500. I can tell you that the last 2 people wish they had done that. In fact, Chris Hildebrand wish he got to this stage at all. For a chance to win 1,000 raw points, do you want to go for hand number 1, 2, or 3? Tabitha says 3. MJP says 1. Oh, Jerry Bisson says walk away now. Marco says 2.
That's right, never walk away. Never ever walk away.
Turjay says 3. Number generator says hand number 4.
What will it be, mate? What will it be?
Carol says 2. Larissa says 3. Monia says 3. Yeah, one of those guys who flips a Monopoly board. Nick says 2. Of course, 500 war points. No shame in 500 war points, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you want.
He's probably
number generator.
He's probably consolidating with the admins. Hey guys, what should we go for? What should we go for?
Brenton says 1.
Did he say the answers?
There is no hand number 4.
There's no hand number 4.
Hand number 1, 2, or 3.
Come on, dude. This ain't rocket science. Eeny, meeny, mo.
4 is not valid indeed.
4. If you...
Has JB, he's done it before, hasn't he?
What?
He's been in this before.
Has he?
He has. Pretty sure he died really soon. Is he in like new territory here? I'm sure he's done it before. He's definitely done it before.
No.
He has. Jeremy said 3. I can tell you, if you'd gone for hand number 2, 1,000. But you went for hand number 3, 3, 2, 1. Where did he get to last time? Because
He didn't.
I'm pretty sure he's done it, and then insta.
Look, have a look at it. Look, it's all there. Look, there's Mizrahi, James Bennington, James Guzman, Joshua Harmon.
Oh, it says it's his first time. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's what it was. I did a Travis touchdown, bloody TT. I mean, like a Huda, and he didn't bloody get it. Like, what?
Yeah,
That was what it was. I was
get
like
it.
trying to get you to get it. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
50-50.
50-50. For a chance to win, that's number one. That's the number or the flower. 50-50 chance to win 2,000 reward points, yeah? Here we go. Flower or number, flower or number. Flower or number, flower or number. Let me know in the comments for a chance to win 2,000 reward points. Of course, you could walk away with 1,000 reward points. Larissa says flower power.
That's a new one, isn't it?
A number. Did that work in your flower generator? Let's see what's up.
We've got a flower generator now.
Flower number generator. In 3, what is he going for? Number, yeah? In 3, 2, 1. OMG.
What's that then?
I'm a little bit worried now.
What's that
I'm
then?
a little bit worried.
2,000, yeah?
OMG. JB's the kind of guy to go all the way.
Yeah, okay, let him go all the way then. Let's see how far I can go. Let's see if we can get up there with Angela.
Oh.
We have a new champion, a new leaderboard. What is it now?
It is now 3 hands, 1 coin.
Alright, 3 hands, 1 coin.
3 hands, 1 coin for a chance to win 2,000 points, was it? 4,000 points.
4,000. So this would, if he wins this one, it'd be tied with Angela.
MG. Oh my god. For a chance to get 4,000 reward points and tie the all-time leader.
Angela walked away with 4,000.
Hand number 1, number 2, or number 3. It is a 33% chance to get this right.
Should be straightforward. Damn, look at that.
Generator says hand number 3, open them. If you were gone for hand number 1, you would have been walking away with nothing. But you went for hand number 3, and I'm. Oh my fucking god!
What?
He's got it right!
Why'd you open hand number,
Because I said
number 1 first?
Yeah, because I said 50-50, and he got number 3. Oh my gosh!
What are you doing?
OMG! OMG! Oh my god! This is what happens when we put off,
So again,
yeah,
breaking the tradition.
Holy!
We would have been safe. We would have ended it.
Oh,
We would have ended it on Chris.
I know, Chris. Well, the typical. Oh yeah, route level 1 die. Hee. Let's for another wee. Now I'm sitting here looking down the barrel of an 8K with a possible of 16K, where we have to go for. If you hit 16K, we have to go for the.
Well, that was new, innit? It was.
Yeah. Why didn't I was ever gonna get there? But OMG!
Oh my god, what have you done, John? This guy's throwing points away.
All right, here we go. This is
What is it now?
unprecedented.
This is the first time.
This is the first time.
This is the first
He may
time.
not go for it, but he could.
Right.
We slightly got to prepare ourselves.
Yeah. Well,
1 coin, 4 hands. Oh.
There's 1 coin, 4 hands.
1 coin,
Or you
4
walk away.
hands for a chance to win.
All right, don't make too many movements.
Right. So
Let's put our hands together.
Okay.
Stop moving your hands.
Okay, you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right. Okay. OMG. Why walk and tie for the highest when I can go for the championship belt? Let's keep going. OMG.
Yeah, there's no bluffing him.
Oh.
There's no bluffing JB.
My God.
I think he's sussed out the pattern.
Oh my god, this is...
The pattern is to never go for Choco's hands. All right, that's how it is, right? Isn't it, JB?
Is he using a random generator?
It's like 3 or 4, 3 or 4, 3 or 4.
One.
So it's a process of elimination.
Hand.
So don't you go for one
coin.
Don't ever go
hands.
for 1 and 2. 1 coin, 4 hands. That would have been the ultimate thing before.
Holy shit! I'm so scared right now.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Let's see what. So he's gonna go for it, right?
Oh yeah, he said he'd go
Alright,
for it.
which one?
I'm shitting myself so badly.
He's gonna go for flour. And number 1, yeah. All right.
If
How's everyone feeling? Does everyone want JB to win, or do you want Chocos to win?
had gone for hand number 4,
Right, I'm gonna screen grab that. Anyone that supported JB, you're in my special list.
would have got
No, he's going for number 1, right?
8,000
I'm scratching my nose
points.
with that coin.
If you had
Oh,
gone,
you started already?
yeah, for hand number 2, you would have lost 8,000 points.
Number 2.
Mm.
I've got to open my number 2.
But you decided to go 50-50 and go for hand number 1. In 3, 2, 1. No! You 5-second pose this bitch! That's a fucking 5-second pose. The night.
I told you, man. You should have went with that pattern. 3 or 4. 3 or 4.
5-second pose this shit.
Don't
JB,
do that ever again.
I had the worst feeling ever. Oh my days, JB, you took me to the edge. You walk away with nothing, but you're a hero in my book. I'll tell you that much. Oh shit.
He took that path.
OMG.
Mr. Pellet. Right.
Let me see. I don't
One
see
more.
anything from Jeremy. I haven't seen. Let's see, where's he at? Every time everybody wrote 3, I was like, do not even.
Sorry, Alex has lost it. This is no regrets.
Yeah, man, definitely no regrets. The man's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's got, so respect to that.
Billy goes, I said walk.
Woo! OMG. OMG. I was fucking, like, everyone was like writing 3. I was like, shh, stop it! Don't tell him! Oh my god, my heart. Right, who's next on the block? Alex P. He's like, no, I don't
Composure,
even
man, composure.
He's like, I don't even want to play. All right, let's go.
We're gonna make this game much tougher.
Yeah. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, boom! Alex P. Let's do it. 500 reward points. Hand number 1, 2, 3, or 4 for a chance to win 500 reward points. Let us know in the comments. Surely I can't. Like, this is my pulse was racing. My heart was in my throat. JP says 1. MJP says 1. Alex P, what do you say? My fucking 5-second pose. Fuck Edge's 5-second pose. It's my fucking 5-second pose. Carol says number 3.
Alex, ooh, I can't live up to that hype, can I? Okay, so because I did so bad.
Oh,
last
did he
time,
do it before last time? What did he get? Oh, you
I
can't
can't
check.
yeah, I'm gonna check.
I asked if anyone's been watching. And
Oh,
he
actually,
says,
he went to level 1 and died at episode 54. Yeah, it just so happens on that edge of the screen.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Hand number 3.
All right, I can tell you, if you're going for hand number 2, you would have 500 reward points. If you're going for hand number 4, 500 points. He went for hand number 3, 3 to 1. Boom! It was hard for me to like talk. If you'd gone for hand number thing,
Yeah,
you
you
would
gave
have
that
because
away.
No, but no, I had to say it, but it was reversed. If you'd gone for hand number 4, you wouldn't have.
But you had that.
You
if
would.
You said
Yeah,
if you
no,
had gone for 1.
you would have lost.
and
Yeah,
then-
you would have lost.
Yeah.
You would have lost. Yeah, which is correct because we never got to that stage before. Whew. All right, well done. Here we go.
All right, 3 hands.
For a chance to win 1,000 more points, is it hand number 1, 2, or 3 for a chance to win 1,000 more points? Let us know, Alex P. Alex P.
You
One,
did better than
2,
you did
or
better.
3.
You did better than last time.
Did he get to level 1 and die? As in he didn't even get
I don't think
points on the board.
No.
Maybe he would walk away. You can walk away anytime you want.
Nah. Follow JB's footstep. Go all the way.
No, please though, my heart.
Go all the way.
My heart won't go on.
Ah, hey, level 1 done.
So if you're done,
Are you done?
let us know what you would have gone for. Let us know what you would have gone for. What would you have gone for, Alex P?
P.
Alex P.
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 P. My friend, you telling me there's like a mega delay here? It's like,
What?
It's like mega delay. You can choose a number between 1, 2, or 3. You've already walked away, yeah? Carol says 2, so I'll go 2. I could say if you had gone for hand number 3, you would have got yourself 1,000 war points. You should have continued because you would have got yourself 1k, but nice for banking those 500. And thank God my heart couldn't take it. Shout out to all the Who Dat participants.
1 out of 4.
And let's be clear, Alex P's the only one who walked away with any points.
Yeah.
I'm not. Wait, what? I'm not done?
What the?
What?
Me wasn't done.
Level 1 done. That he could be talking about what his
Last time.
what he got to last time. So
Because
we'll have
okay,
to
my
go with
friend
that.
isn't responding, but it
So
says there Carol said
he
2, so
didn't
I'll go for
quit.
2. But he said Carol said 2, I'll go for 2.
So that's what he used to do is his determination for that thing. The boy's not done.
Oh,
My heart's still there. I could still be ripped out my throat. Here we go. All right. He's playing in the big boy leagues now. Here we go. Especially because we got the number, we got the flower. 50-50 chance.
Huh? So it's 50-50.
It's 50-50 already.
So he passed that last round.
He passed the last round.
Did he?
Yeah. Because he went for hand number 2.
All right.
Listen to Carol, and Carol was right.
Okay.
Oh, that was a terrible.
You're not walking away with it?
He can walk away with
Are you
it.
sure you're not going to walk away?
He might walk away with it, but he has the choice now to walk away with 1k.
All right, ignore the last game, Alex. Yeah, forget the last game. Concentrate on this one. Are you going to carry on? Or are you going to walk away?
So let us know. No worries. It's all cool. Alex P. Let us know. Will you go for flower or number or walk away? If you do decide to walk away for your 1k, let us know what you would have gone for, flower or number. Chuckles is sad and disappointed.
Come on! I need to get 4 out of 4.
You want to take everyone out?
Yeah. Now I'm really disappointed.
Oh, you listened to Carol last time.
listen to
Will you listen to
Carol.
Carol this time?
Listen to Caro. Oh, and maybe not.
Oh,
Flower. Come on, let's bring it up. Let's get this party going.
3, 2.
Let's get it
1.
right.
Denied.
Come on, I was rooting for you. I was.
but only because you want to see me have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Now you're actually going to change your tactic. Now
Hey,
you're going to
John,
be like, I really
this
want
guy. This get.
now you're going to want everyone to win just so you can see me have a heart attack. Yeah. Whew. That was intense. I can't believe it's been over 3.5 hours for this week's Who Dat. I mean, for this week's thingy bob.
No points.
90 people at the close of play. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be doing a feeding frenzy in about 15 minutes after the stream is done. Remember, next week will be the last chance weekend for the SD Artorias and the close of Alucard.
That's right.
And there will be no preview Friday next week. So that's what's up for that one. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us, guys. It is today the 9th of March 2018. And it is obviously Friday Q&A with Chocks A 61. Thank you so much for joining us. If it was your first stream with us, much appreciated for joining us. Make sure you come and go into the club and get ready for those reward points. Open up your account. My heart is beating like a mofo right now. JB, I'll see you in the admin chat later on. And you know, absolutely, guys, thank you so much for your support. As always, pleasure to hang out with you guys this Friday, Chocks.
That's right.
Anything you want to add before the end?
That's all.
You've done all your shout outs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check out Gregor the Game. He's going to be doing part 3 of Alucard's Symphony of the Night, Castlevania. And we will be back at it again next Friday. Thank you once again. I don't think my heart can take it anymore. Whew, it's beating like a mofo. All I will say is...
stress.
Totally stressed. Alright guys, I'm your host Alex.
I'm Chockles.
F4F is love.
F4F is life.
I will see you on the next one. Peace!
Laters.